Joe's my favorite, probably. I would say.
Yeah, because he's entertaining. He got the cash, bro. He's a good troll. For sure.
He's 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 the best, man. Go live. No, IG won't let me do it.
Oh, I won't let you go live.
I don't know. I gotta try and figure it out for IG. But I think I might have my Twitter. And I have to check.
Yeah, no. After watching Joe Budden, man,
Oh shit, we live.
dude,
Shit.
dude definitely got
Let me go and share it then.
some talent that I've been noticing. I'm like, bro, this dude is really entertaining. It's not just
Yeah, well, he's got a background in media too, right? He was on Hot 97 for a good bit there as like an actual like broadcast or whatever you want to call it, right?
like
So
like Charlemagne or something.
yeah, he was exactly the same as Charlemagne. Why y'all Canadians so fragile? I don't know, bro. It's funny. I was just saying that to yeah. I don't know, man. We're taking an L right now.
Wordu, I ain't gonna lie, you picked the worst cast. You got Houston and you got Canada.
Hey man, I'm trying to be the Black Piers Morgan, man. I'm trying to bring the community together.
Yeah, there you go.
Shout out to Difran, man.
Well done.
Yeah, shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Shout out to Brittany, G's Louise, Bill Rogers, Red Liquid. Yeah, here we are. Mic Drop Podcast. We are here to discuss the state of Aubrey Graham versus the state of UMG. Very controversial lawsuits in hip hop. Before we get started, just want to introduce everybody. What's the dirt? Say what's up to the people, man.
How you doing, guys? Am I connected to mine right now too?
Yeah, I think so because it says paired. So I think those are from your
okay,
your
cool.
Chat.
Okay, dope. Yeah, what's up, guys? What's good? How's everyone doing on this Saturday night?
Yes, man. That's good, bro.
We're in the building, man. Ready to get into it. Ready to have a conversation about the greatest of all time and his legacy and what this means for him, man.
The boy B Neil, what's good, my brother?
Hey man, Earth is flat. Can't trust the government.
Okay.
Free Tory Lanez.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's so controversial. B Neil,
okay.
bro.
We're starting it off like that. All right.
Know how you gotta let the people know how you coming early, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to Absolutely Unsure Podcast. They do a podcast too. Absolutely Unsure Podcast, Difran Show, Difran Daily, and Emerald Thoughts too as well. Make sure y'all subscribe and follow Mic Drop Podcast on IG. It's down here below, scrolling, CNN style. So what's everyone's initial thoughts on the Aubrey Graham lawsuit before we actually get into the meat and potatoes of everything? What's the dirt? What's your initial thoughts about this? Does this kill Drake's career? Is his perception in the toilet? What do you think?
I think Drake will always have a career, right? Regardless if he goes independent, he's Drake, right? But as far as hip hop goes, man, like his perception already wasn't the greatest even before the beef. And now with this move, this is one that I just can't get behind. I'm dumbfounded and disappointed. And there's only one part of the lawsuit that I really got an issue with, and that's him claiming that he felt UMG should have stopped Kendrick from putting this shit out. Like, stopped him from using specific angles in a rap beef. Like, to me, that's crazy. So he's pretty much claiming he wanted censorship. He expected his label, like, according to him, none of this should have came out. Like, none of the stuff that Kendrick said should have ever came out. That's what that lawsuit says. So basically, you're trying to censor a rap beef, a rap battle. That's my biggest issue with the whole fucking thing, personally.
Okay, valid.
Yeah.
Difran, what are your initial thoughts about the?
I mean, I never thought it was like a great idea to go into it to like, because obviously, like hip hop's gonna have their thing. This isn't hip hop. It's not culture. It's not all these things. I get it from like a business perspective though. Like, Drake's $1 billion brand. You don't really want this on your name. And from his perspective, this label that he's been working with his whole life, or his whole career at least, now he feels like they're doing backhanded things. Like, if that was proven to be true, from a business perspective, I can understand it. But from rap, obviously, nobody's going to really like the idea of a lawsuit over a diss song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
especially because I feel like something like this hasn't really happened before based off of a rap beef. I know it's happened before, like defamation lawsuits in general, but over a rap song,
It's crazy when you look at the lawsuit, though. Like, I couldn't believe it.
yeah,
Like most of Kendrick's angles are referenced in this document, like from that record. Like just
Yeah.
about everything that's in there, he's pretty much claiming shouldn't have been said.
yeah. And B-Near,
That
what are your thoughts on it?
crazy. That is
I
crazy.
mean, if what's the dirt is what he's saying is accurate. It's hard to like argue the points on how hip hop would take that. Only point that I would feel like he had an argument with is the pedophile stuff. Letting that go out when you know that's defamation of character. When I mean, you know, it affects one of your like let's just be real. Like let's just say if this was LeBron James, I mean, ironically, you know, with the Irish shit. But let's just say if it was Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, if it was something that could smear your number one guy shit, and you was a part of letting that out, it's just like it just don't seem like good business 9 times out of 10. So that definitely do look a certain way, especially when it comes to the you know, talk about there was in the negotiation phase. But for me, like I think Drake, bro, is over looking at how the world looks at him. I think for the most part, Drake has always had a negative image to being accepted. Like most of his career, I think he's always had that, and I think that's like the part of his polarizing way of becoming number one as well. Because you know people don't like him, but at the same time he's so great. So it's like it's always that constant argument of like you know how people really feel about him and where he really belongs. And I think that helped propel him even further because it's the constant conversation whether you don't like him or you do like him. And I think we've seen that this year because it's still prevalent. Everything you do, people want to talk about. So as a man, I think, bro, you're more looking at it as this is an opportunity to maybe get a bag. This is more of an opportunity to do what you feel is right. Who cares what the world think about you? Like you overcame pretty much anything you wanted to do at this point. And no matter what, like this lawsuit, bro, I really think it's irrelevant to how people really care. Like the average day-to-day hip-hop person don't really care. So as a man, bro, if you got a chance to go get let's say $1 billion. I just heard of crazy numbers out there like that, maybe $2 billion. I don't know if that's reasonable, even if it's $500 million, because of some, you know, things that they did wrong that you maybe can point out or figure out why not go do it, and who cares what people think.
Yeah, well, I think he knew going into this that the people like hip hop culture wasn't going to accept what he was doing. He had to know that he must have known this reception was coming, right? So
yeah. I don't know how bad it really is to me. Like, I mean, I know it's bad on social media. I think we won't really know till the numbers come out. Like when he drops his next project, I think that's when we can start saying like these really like these type of moments after the war. Like RDC said, learn how to take an L. If this is really starting to affect it, because right now I really think it's kind of just you know social media conversations. But we'll see when you know we go on tour and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I was talking to What's the Dirt before. I think the fact that this is coming out right before he goes on that Australia tour, I think the people in Australia don't really care as much about the actual case compared to people in the U.S., like hip hop fans in the U.S.
I don't think most people really care about it.
Yeah, in general,
because I've always says I think most people, Kendrick does a show in their city, they'll go. Drake do a show in their city, they'll go. This is like the online conversation that we're just like, because we ain't got nothing else to talk about. Like this is what we're really focused on. It's a big deal. I'm not saying it's not a big deal. This is a massive thing. It's unprecedented. But like most people really don't give a fuck.
It's
like,
because we're all hip hop guys, right? Like we love this shit. And if you really love this shit, you're not going to agree with this. Like, you know what I mean? You're not going to be happy with the direction. I'm scared about the ramifications that could come if he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I respect that. I respect that because I mean I'm a somewhat conspiracy theorist. I really just think I'm a researcher, but when you go against the grain, a lot of things don't always go in your favor. So especially when you get as big as you are, like a Drake, they do like to make examples of people, and I do think about that from time to time. But I mean, I think besides that, it's really going to be coming down to a money thing, and whether UMG settles or it comes down to neither one of them having to really pay out money. He's going to end up signing with somebody else. He's going to go to Universal or
I don't think he is, because if he goes to sign with another major like that, that just goes against everything that he's apparently trying to do.
That's true,
right? To me, it sounds like he wants to be independent. That's what I think he wants.
I mean, that's possible. I just think I think he's confident there's a bag somewhere else, whether it's him being independent, whether it's Apple paying him, whether it's Spotify paying him. Which I mean, I don't think it's Spotify at this point, but yeah, that's all I meant when I say that. I think he's confident the bag's gonna come somewhere else, and I don't know, man. Let me ask you guys this: do y'all think that he is he delusional, or do you think he really thinks he has a chance in this, that he's actually taking it into court?
I think he's spiraling right now. I think, over these last few months, all people talk about Drake spiraling. I never thought he was until I looked at the lawsuit, and I think this is like a spiral to me. This is I don't know.
I really think he's just hoping for a settlement. Honestly,
he obviously thinks he's going to win, or he wouldn't go into it, right? So his lawyers think he's going to win. Whoever's behind him, they think he's going to win. So,
but how do you think the business, if he does settle, or if they do settle,
I don't think
how is the music business relationship going to be at that point?
I don't think they're going to settle, man. I think they're going to give Drake a full-on spanking, I think
so too, honestly,
for doing what he's doing. I don't think they're probably shocked at this move. First of all.
So,
and I'm sure they've tried, there's a lot of mediation going behind the scenes between these parties, whether it be the lawyers or whatever, or Drake talking to UMG directly. There's been a lot back and forth before it got to this point. So Drake pulled the trigger. He wants to take it to court. So I'm sure, I don't think there's going to be a settlement. I think they're actually going to go to court and they're going to smack Drake around.
I think the only reason I don't think he's spiraling just because of how I think he's had previous information, whether it's the old UMG, producers or executive that's left the building. But in the middle of the battle, he was talking about you should be saving your money and stop paying for bots. People is referenced that they might have used it with him. I don't know how far it goes, but it seems like he has some type of information and intellect on how things are working. And I think that might be why he's so confident about going to court, where it's I don't know about a lot of the stuff with whether he should have, if UMG should have let this person Kendrick, put part of this stuff in the music and all that. That probably get thrown out, but I doubt that's the only thing that's in the paperwork and stuff like that. So when it comes to the botting and stuff like that, and advertising and doing all that different things, I think he might have a better case.
Yeah, maybe there's some things in the lawsuit that can be proven, where it's oh shit, okay, they were doing this or they were doing that. But the whole defamation part of it, that's every lawyer that I've seen, every professional that has looked at this, and I don't think a lot of these guys got really any bias. They're saying that this is a very tough case to prove based on what they're seeing in the lawsuit. So
that is defamation, or is that UMG?
The defamation. If he's got data to support that they're using bots, then, and actual people that can come forward who conducted this business for him, showing proof.
You don't think?
I've been sent information before from 3-4 different artists, of a guy that does bots, and showing me back end analytics. So obviously we all know what happens.
Yeah, it definitely happens.
Right.
Yeah, I think a lot of it. I think the defamation thing is a legit thing. I just don't know how that works with music. I looked up, can you sue for defamation in music, and it says you have to prove harm and you have to prove what the fuck was I reading? I was reading it the other day when we was on stream, but it has to prove all these things. That's why Drake put in a lawsuit. That's why he starts it off with, as soon as his record dropped, there's a shooting at my house. There's a guy digging under my fence at my house. Look what everybody's saying online. He's a pedophile. We knew he was a pedophile. He's touching his son. Or I bet he touches his son. Jew boy, Jew colonized. Like he's trying to prove all these things. And even if you listen to, if you watch that video of Zias and Belu like jokingly calling their lawyer, and their lawyer thinks they're serious, he's telling them, okay, if this thing is really causing you distress, and these fans are attacking you based on what this person's saying, save your video, screenshot all the comments, and then send them to me, and then we can really look into it if y'all really want to go that route. So that's essentially what he did with it. So, and then if you read it, he brings up Pizzagate, and if you know what Pizzagate is, they were saying that, hey, this pizza parlor has their Democratic operatives go here and they do stuff with children in this place. A guy shows up there, he shoots it up, or he like holds them hostage or something like that. So he's trying to paint this picture that calling me a pedophile, using certain, I guess he called them, what do you say, violent lyrics or whatever, led to people trying to attack me and led to this wave of hate.
Physical and financial harm. Because at the end of the day, the UMG, that's what he's going to tie into the business deal being shady, where it's like, y'all help gas this, where now we're going into these negotiations and now you're trying to lowball me when all of my numbers are up. Like from the last time we did a deal, my numbers are up since then, or just as good, or whatever. It's nothing's down. I'm still the number one guy. So why all of a sudden I'm getting lowball almost 50% from where that would be crazy too. Let's say I was already in negotiations and then they was at 400 or 500, and then after the beef they down to 250. It's like, and you were involved in it. That's when shit gets shaky.
But then again, you have to have enough proof to prove that without a shadow of a doubt. So maybe that's why they want this to go to court, so they can get the discovery, get the actual numbers, the facts, and let it play out from there. But
yeah, it's gonna be tough, and I feel like UMG is super powerful, bro. Like you're dealing like you're not going up against just anyone here, right?
That's the thing. I think people are kind of looking over, just glossing over to UMG. Like I know it's Drake, but Michael Jackson with Sony, he owned half of the catalog and stuff, publishing, whatever it was, the Beatles, but still.
Yeah, and the one example is Taylor Swift that, she had the fans on her side, and it was public to a degree where she made it public. So with the Drake thing, it's public, but he don't have the people on his side. So that's where it might all kind of falter.
I'm just curious. Like I said, I'm curious to see with all of this, like saying like, hey, look, this is what happened after they said I was a pedophile. One of the worst things that can happen to anybody when you get called a pedophile. And like I said, you kind of bring up the Pizzagate thing. You bring up even like Alex Jones and the whole Sandy Hook shit. I guess I'm not saying this is like fucking Sandy Hook or nothing like that, but Alex Jones got on his thing and said, hey, I think these people are crisis actors. And when he said, I think it's fake, what did his followers do? They went to that place. They harassed these people. They were texting these people saying, your son's not dead. You're a lying bitch, whatever, harassed them. They got $1 billion. Like I said, I don't know the difference from musical lyrics and like actual, like I'm giving a speech and I'm telling you, hey, I think this is fake. These people are lying. The government's lying. And then y'all act on it. I don't know the difference between those things in the law. But like I said, he's trying to paint that picture. Will it work? I don't know. Because I think, like I said, this is unprecedented. I don't think this ever happened before when it comes to lyrics and
it's never happened.
Defamation.
I don't think it's ever happened, bro. Not to my knowledge, like
not in a rap beef that I can recall.
And even, I want to because a lot of people are saying this. A lot of people do bring this up. This Whitney thing, like, well, he defamed Kendrick as well. The one thing I'll say about this is, which she would have a stronger defamation case, in my opinion, than Drake would, because the difference between what Drake and Kendrick did is Kendrick said these things, but Drake pretty much stood on what he said.
Yeah.
In the hard part, since he said, come back to me when you're talking about the facts. Everything I'm saying is facts. So she could technically be like, oh, okay, he's standing on this. And I'm curious if this does go to trial. Since Kendrick Lamar is the artist behind this, and you have to prove defamation, would you have to ask Kendrick Lamar on the stand or in a deposition, hey, when you said these lyrics, do you truly believe like what you're saying here? Do you believe he's actually a pedophile? Do you believe he's gonna like would like could you imagine that fucking like Kendrick having to go up there and saying that?
Before like
I don't think that's gonna be a good look.
Like Kendrick being on the stand.
That's
like
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm talking to prove defamation. You got to figure out like, okay, does this person really believe this, or do they not believe
again,
this? We got to see what's going on.
That's Drake not really understanding the perception still. I mean, I get it.
I think when you say he doesn't understand, I think he understands. I think he don't give a fuck no more.
No.
There's no way he doesn't know that this is going to be bad. I just don't think he gives a fuck. I've been at the top for 15 years. The people that we're talking about here, they never liked me anyways. They weren't going to like me after. They don't like me now. Like, it doesn't matter. These people were never going to like me.
And his fans,
since I got caught for ghostwriting, since Pusha T, like they've never liked me.
Yeah.
So why do I give a fuck?
Hip hop purists, like the hip hop purist gatekeeper, whatever you want to call it, they hated Drake from the jump, anyways. And we saw how quickly people sided with Kendrick, and like pretty much anything that Drake did, people were gonna shit on no matter what. So I guess you're right. Maybe he was like, "Fuck it." These like
this man called me Mickey Fags. I'm dead.
Yeah, I saw that comment.
Okay, what are your thoughts on? So I be on Twitter a lot. Obviously, follow me on Twitter, by the way, at the Wordu. I see a lot of people, the hip hop purists, saying, "Oh, there's no rules in this rap shit. There's no rules in this rap beef. There's no laws in the rap beef." But then again, these same people are saying suing is against the rules.
I think that's like a consequence of like the no rules mean when you say there's no rules, that mean like because when you sue, you're creating a rule, like you're kind of trying to create a rule. So there is no rules, and Drake's trying to insert a rule. So they're like, why are you doing that? That's creating a rule in a place where there's no rules. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think they're saying the lawsuit thing.
No, but the rule, he was trying to create a rule because it clearly states in the lawsuit that he expected UMG not to put this shit out, that they should have stopped it. You shouldn't have let him call me a pedophile. You shouldn't have let him put this in his video. You shouldn't have let him do this. So he was expecting them to censor a rap battle. So he is making a rule.
Yeah.
He's saying that this stuff that Kendrick levied against me shouldn't have been allowed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a rule.
I wonder, like I said, I wish he would talk about it, because I wonder if he would he have an issue with this? And I know that probably contractually this couldn't even happen. Would he have felt better about it if Kendrick just dropped it, like on some like unofficial release shit? Like you really can't do nothing about it because UMG's not backing it. Is it? I wonder if it's just because it's UMG and he's on some like business. I'm the golden boy. Why would you guys allow this thing to come out about me when I'm the golden boy? I'm curious, like if Kendrick just dropped it, obviously not independently because he's on UMG, but
like on SoundCloud?
Like if he felt like I said, if he didn't feel like it was backed by a label, like if Kendrick just dropped a video and it wasn't tied to Vivo and whatever, it's just like Kendrick Lamar, PG Lang dropped this, Kendrick Lamar, PG Lang just dropped this, no Universal publishing, not just us, because then he couldn't say nothing. He'd have to go after Kendrick Lamar.
He would have to sue Kendrick.
Yeah,
I'm caping a little bit, but a lot of this is litigation and like lawyer rhetoric that they have to go down and hit every different point just so they could. The more points that they have and defenses they have going into it, it just makes it harder on the people that's defending them. So I think that's more. I don't think Drake is direct. I know it all falls back on him as being accountable, but I don't think Drake is sitting here writing each like I think this, I think that, I think this. I think he felt a certain way with UMG. I think he felt they was responsible. Once he goes to the lawyers, I think they start to take it away and put a lot of this.
You think the lawyers kind of revised the lawsuit while he was kind of?
I think they wrote most of this stuff up. Like when you're talking about the like nitpicking every little thing about what Kendrick said, I think that's when we get to the lawyers. Yeah. But it obviously it looks away on Drake. But to answer your question, I think it's a part of why Drake shouldn't give a fuck about the streets and like shit like that, bro. What rules are we talking about? For the longest, rappers were telling shit that they didn't live. Like for the most part, you had a few rappers that actually lived the life, but I mean, even Tupac, for example, like he wasn't really a gangster, but he lived off an image. And most of these people did that. Hey man, I'm a realist, bro. I'm here
when we talk about Tupac.
Yeah, but battling doesn't like in battle rap. There aren't any rules, but there's like unwritten rules where it's like, don't talk about kids, don't talk about like people's women or whatever, right? But we see that happen all the time where people cross that line, that like unwritten rule. There's not really any rules to battle rap. Like just look at the shit.
No, I'm not so much talking about battle rap. I'm more talking about just how people do things. How like when Kendrick talk about the culture and all these different things. Like, bro, it's people who live so contradictory to what one group of people may saying is the culture to what another group of people saying is culture. I really think this is just something that as a human or like a real person, bro, you. Like, if you got to make your own moves, bro, you can't be so focused on the outside world, especially when that don't ever show consistency when we judging other people, bro. Like, look at all the shit that we value and put into the forefront of hip-hop. Niggas was doing whippets, like, not too long ago. Like, we're like, who gives a fuck what people think? Like, I'm just saying, like, when it comes to, I was just kind of answering the Wordu part, but to respond to what's the dirt with the hip hop and there's no rules. I mean, it kind of isn't no rules when it comes to battle rap. Lines get crossed. I would be more offended by Drake if he was doing that and didn't put out no bars. He put out the bars. I think he delivered. I think he low-key won. When you talk about just the lyrics on the paper, I think he won. When you talk about the antics and the all the other, you know, chess moves and stuff like that, whatever. You want to give it to Kendrick, I'm not mad at you. But
he's a willing participant in battle rap culture. Like Drake has went toe to toe with so many different people. He's a massive fan of battle rap. Like all these battle rap, like one of the things you would see is like actual battle rappers, like like URL, King of the Dot, RB, like all those guys were kind of like a lot of those battle rappers were all saying like, oh, Drake won. Like lyrically, we feel like Drake won, right? But watch how many of them stand behind his lawsuit. I guarantee none of them will. None of them.
I mean, and that I think Drake probably would have cared 5-6 years ago before he realized it'd been a 20. Well, he been realizing 20v1 for a little minute. But when you see everyone turn on you, I think a nigga say, fuck it, I'll press the nuke. We're not looking at it from his perspective on why he doesn't give a fuck. Like when you think everyone turned on you, you know, like, why would I care? And when the pretty much how he may see it, the world was ready to just get rid of him. Like, bro, I contributed this much to hip hop. Y'all don't want to give me no love. Y'all just want to shit on me like I don't belong. And then all these other people group into it. Y'all fucking with my money, my new deal. You know what? I don't give a fuck. We all gonna go down. And it's a crash out. It's a crash out. And you could say it's spiraling, but I mean, shit, we ain't all crashed out when we felt a certain way about a job.
This is definitely spiraling.
Like,
I'm constantly crashing out. So, you know.
No, but the thing is, I think as you bring up battle rap, like you said URL smack and all that type of shit, it's like I was looking into like actual like commercial rappers dissing each other, not like we're in each other's face, like commercial. When you actually look at a lot of these disses, like y'all just tell me if y'all just think off the top of y'all's mind, what are like the worst disses y'all have ever heard somebody actually say to another person in a commercial rap battle?
I got two.
Bitch, fat motherfucker.
But like even that's like
I got Gucci Mane. Go dig your partner up. He can't say shit, and that's street shit though. And then
that's real though. But that's also real.
Troy Ave. Capital Steez making fun of
his suicide.
You know, the suicide. Like, what was it? This dude think he's trying to fly. Think he's
trying to fly like a superhero, jumping off the thing.
Man, like that's probably one of the craziest things that I could think of that been on wax. But we've seen people like Ja Rule, you claim your mother's a crackhead. Kim's a known slut. What's Haley gonna be when she grows up? A lot of street shit, like the stuff that goes to furthest I found. I mean, Hove had some pretty crazy shit to say to Nas too, like exposing his partner and stuff. There's been a lot of pretty crazy shit, like Pac talking about the sickle cell.
But see, everything you said pretty much. Now I don't know about the Jay-Z's baby mama taking the condom off and the baby.
Yeah.
But everything you said has been like real shit. Like this is shit that's really hit. Eminem did say his mom was a crackhead. He did say his wife was a slut. What is your daughter gonna be? That's extra because it is a kid, but like that's all true. What else did you say? The guy committing suicide? That's true. The pedophile shit, that's like, especially in the climate we're in. Like we're in the Diddy era shit. Like, so that sticks even harder now. It's like I said, I'm not defending it because I get it's gonna look bad for everything. But when you really look at commercial rappers that are rapping against each other, has anybody ever said something like so out there that's fake that has affected possible like hundreds of millions of dollars? Because I can get in rap, that's fine. We're all gonna look at it as like, oh no, it's rap, it's this, it's that. Everybody in the chat talking shit. If y'all had a fucking, let's say I had a $600 million deal sitting in front of y'all, and now that shit looking like 200, everybody be like, all right, hold the fuck on. Hold on, what the fuck? Hold on, what happened here? And then if I believe that y'all, the label that I'm negotiating with was behind helping that happen, then niggas would look at it a little bit like, hold on. Like I said, for rap, he shouldn't do it. It's gonna look fucking crazy every time. It's never gonna work.
I thought about it. You said 600. After taxes, 600 really 300. If you're getting 300, that's really 150. And the jet might take 150 just to keep functional. Like how much he's moving around. So now that really could hit the pockets differently, man. When you think about it, like it's not just 400 million. You get all that to your pockets. Like it don't work like that.
So if I was to play devil's advocate, if I'm UMG, even before the rap beef, do you think Drake has done enough, like just music wise, to earn 600, 700 million, even before that?
I'd say definitely, man. Apparently, Drake's back catalog is like, I can't remember who said this, but apparently his back catalog is like so valuable that it's worth more than like several generations of music. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but
Yeah, that's what Larry Johnson
I think he's earned his keep, man. And I think that's what happened. Maybe he realized, okay, 400 mil seems like a lot, but fuck, actually, he realized he's worth more. And they know he wants more, and he's probably been telling them he wants more, and that's where we're at.
I think he's worth probably more than $1 billion. I don't know how many, maybe, but I think with some of the things that I was hearing going around, I kind of might believe it a little bit too. He might want a little more ownership. So when you kind of go into these type of things, maybe that settlement isn't so much a money thing, but now that the court's involved, I can get them to kind of agree on giving me a little bit of ownership that y'all would never let, squeezed out and gave me. So maybe that's the chess move, but that maybe that's caping as well.
Yeah. I just find it's really funny how like the Kendrick fans of old, like before the Not Like Us, like all the new fans, they kind of like perception-wise kind of look like the old Drake fans, where it's like we're on top, like we're clearly like the biggest, like our artist is the biggest, and now Not Like Us is here, and Kendrick fans, the new Kendrick fans, are kind of making the so-called real Kendrick fans kind of look bad in a way, because it's like if this happened, if the roles were reversed, and Drake won the beef, and Kendrick sued Drake, I think there'd be a lot of people trying to justify it. Like they would put as much context as we're putting on that if Kendrick was suing.
I don't know, man.
I think hold on, my bad. I keep seeing people something like morals. I think people say morals have nothing to do with battle rap, but then like, okay, maybe not you because you're in the comments. You probably didn't say this, but like people keep saying that morals don't matter. But niggas was bitching about him mentioning Whitney. They were complaining about him mentioning
even the Tupac shit,
kids, the day free, the thing. Like, yeah, that was so egregious. The AI Tupac shit was so egregious. It's like all these things are egregious, but falsely claiming I'm a pedophile and I should go to prison is like,
I don't think a rapper has even said that in a rap beat. So this is like a once in a lifetime thing. This hasn't really happened before.
More context on the 20v1. Nigga, did he really send something from the Tupac estate? Did he really get the Tupac estate to send him something? Like at a certain point, I get a little irky. Like this nigga doing all type of shit, shiesty, shady shit too. I thought this wasn't culture. He sent me fucking assist. They did a lot of shit. I said
people just gloss over that shit. Like oh, it's okay.
If Drake was telling the truth in that situation, I could see why he would start to feel a certain way when it comes to these matters now.
I take you seriously, but Drake is streaming with gamers trying to put an online gaming. Nigga, everybody promotes gambling. Prize Picks is on every, whether it's Stake or Prize Picks or ESPN. Bet, bro, everything is fucking promoting betting. Yeah. Joe Budden promotes betting.
Nigga,
everybody promotes betting, bro.
Stephen A.
Stephen A. Smith is on Prize Picks. Like nigga, everybody fucking. So all that little online gamblers are killing. Hey, bro, you gonna do it? You ain't gonna fucking do it.
I'm waiting for a fucking gambling sponsorship.
Don't say that. Don't say that. They're gonna use it against you.
No, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, and I think someone had earlier.
Like you said, everyone else is doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone had donated
real Kendrick
earlier.
Fan, no, there's no way Kendrick loses. Oh, okay, it's going too fast.
Find it.
Doesn't make it right. I'm not saying if it makes it. Never mind. I know I get the,
Rob says, this is one of the doofiest chats. Oh wait,
Drake is not hip hop here. I mean that's fine.
UMG is going to destroy Drake. Period. I agree with him. I think UMG is going to destroy Drake.
Okay, so let me ask you this then: if he gets destroyed, what does that look like as far as his career? Like he's not making music anymore. His sales is due to like.
Yeah, that's why I asked Trail. Trail said, "Oh, it's over for Drake." I said, "Okay, so who's gonna be?" Because my thing was with the Kendrick and Drake battle was okay. Kendrick surpasses Drake, right? So okay, now Drake is what, number 2? Like, what does it realistically look like? And he told me that Don Toliver is gonna be bigger than Drake. Now I'm like, all right, bro.
No, he's not.
Okay.
No, I think when it comes, like they're so powerful, I wouldn't be surprised if some different things start leaking about Drake here and here and here.
That's how it starts. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if you're going to start getting more stuff about Drake that comes in. I mean, he's been with him for a long time, right? So, and a lot of people hate Drake, right? So, I wouldn't be surprised if some new information starts circulating about Drake to even further, smear his image when his image is not already. It's definitely at an all-time low right now.
I mean, I can respect that theory, especially if they even make it up, because you don't even necessarily have to have facts with a lot of these things when it comes to just having enough, just enough people to say that happened. But I think what's interesting with Drake is that when Kendrick I think he kind of bird whistled or whatever, dog whistled, with calling him a pedophile. Hey man, I smoke a lot. Give me a break. Give me a break. But I think he kind of dog whistled, calling him a pedophile, putting his house should get raided, or putting the pedo marks on the title of the cover of the song. So no one came out though. Like no women came out, no people came out. And I think that would have been like the perfect time to be like, you know what, this guy did do this to me. But a lot of people was defending Drake.
Really, everybody who was mentioned came out and said something like, "Oh no, that didn't happen to me. No, this didn't happen. No, that didn't happen." Wordu, they want you to read the super chat. Wordu, you don't run a live. Read the super chat for that.
I don't want to like ruin the flow of the conversation.
Oh no, do your thing, man.
The Hard Part 6, Drake said, "Stop buying views and bot comments. You may as well keep the paper shit you're gonna need for later." He told y'all what he's gonna do. Yeah, he kind of did.
That's true. That's true. Shout out to
that's why I was saying that. Like, that's the only reason I don't think he's spiraling. I think he was aware for whatever reason. Like, he got a lot of money. I think he got a lot of connections to know things. And when he was saying that in the middle of the beef,
people pick and choose. Kendrick said he pulled music. If R. Kelly got taken off platforms yet, calls Drake a PDF. Shaking my head. Why doesn't anyone mention that? People do mention it, but it gets drowned up. I think also with the Kendrick thing, I think that was Top Dog, right? It wasn't Kendrick who said that, right? That's why
I think Kendrick. I think it's on record. Kendrick saying that.
No, I think that was. I'm not sure about that. I've heard about it though. I don't know for sure.
Shout out to JR.
That's why I read it said Top Dog, but I gotta see.
Up North Society donated $2.79 Canada dollars. He said entrapment, I guess. Entrapment, drop, so I can sue.
Like I get the part of like I couldn't imagine if like everyone thought I was a pedophile, right? Not everyone, but if millions of people actually believe that I'm a pedophile, like that's a crazy thing to have on your jacket. I could get, because how else are you going to prove that you're not? Like everyone kind of believes whatever's online. The only way to really prove it would probably be in court, where through defamation they actually got to give hard evidence that he is. So if he wants to clear his name in that regard, I could partially understand it. But when you tie it into a diss record, it's just that's where he loses me. He loses me on page 22 of the lawsuit. Page 22 is where I just
page 22. So we're good.
My bad. For the Kendrick thing, he said Top Dog said that he would pull his artist's music off if they pulled off R. Kelly and X and Tassion's music.
So it didn't
not Kendrick Lamar directly saying it, but his label head said he would pull off Kendrick's music if
salute the research.
They did that. You always got to at least try to do the research, you know.
Some people just
try to do the research.
And this was page 22, right?
Page 22 of the lawsuit. Shit, I got pages.
Right there. UMG publishes the defamatory material. And this is basically the part of the lawsuit where he starts reciting actual angles. Right there. Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young. So in this part of the lawsuit, he's pretty much saying that UMG should have not published this. Like when they got this record from Kendrick, they should have told him, you can't say this, you can't say that, take that out. You're not doing this. You're not doing the visuals in the video. You're not using this type of cover art. And to me, that's like you're trying to censor a rap battle. And that's what I got a problem with. That's my biggest problem with the lawsuit is this, because it's like kind of anti-hip hop when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like
this is where I think the lawyers kind of step in.
It's defamatory, but you're trying to dictate what an MC could say to you. Like, which is how is that not?
See, only reason
not hip hop, you know what I mean?
I'm not disagreeing with you because it's like it creates a slippery slope. I definitely understand that. I just think I think it's building your case. You have the different things that shows the possible defaming and things like that, right? And then when you start to talk about why was this on a South African playlist? Why was Not Like Us on a Hispanic playlist? It's like, and y'all went to promote it at a rate that never been seen before.
You know what they're going to say.
I think that's just how you got to build the case, maybe. Maybe that's just me.
You're right,
I'm looking at it.
They're going to say they did that for Scorpion too.
But see, that's another point I always hear, and I feel like that's so stupid. They be like, Drake's mad about the machine that he was benefiting from this whole time. The difference is, I benefit from it from just making music, right? That's fine. He did benefit. They used it. You're using it now to defame me. I think you got to really put those things into context. Like, yeah, Scorpion, they put him on every fucking playlist, right? That was just Drake making music. This is something that is going to everybody, like I said, because evidence on the internet, people are going to already believe he's a pedophile. But then now it's being blasted out everywhere. That's different than just like, oh, your album coming out here, put his album out. Like, if they put Kendrick album out, like, say, damn, and they put it everywhere, it's like, nigga, that's market, whatever. But it's like, oh, we're going to put out this song that's saying you're a pedophile, you traffic people, you deserve to be in prison with Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein, and
you should
that's
be
different.
At the end of the day, though, like, he's claiming that they shouldn't have published any of this. So if you take away all those angles from Kendrick, this lawsuit wouldn't exist. So basically the lawsuit, whether you say it's about how they promoted it or whatever, but if you bring it to the core of it, it's about hip hop lyrics. It's about, this is what it comes down to. This is where the defamatory material is hip hop lyrics.
It's nasty.
So what? How can you defend? I can't defend that personally.
It's nasty.
At the end of the day, if it's proven that Drake was defamed, it don't come down to UMG pushing it. It don't come down to UMG's bots. It comes down to the lyrics and what was said by a hip hop artist. That's what it is.
I think it's nasty to a degree, but when you don't give a fuck, and I think when you, at the end of the day, when you're saying they shouldn't allow him to put that out, I think that's just going through the legal measures that you have to go through.
Yes,
as far as writing it out.
Shit. Like, I got to build this up to what I'm trying to make y'all believe.
And that's where it gets nasty. When you press that button, it's going to get nasty. He might have even take the stand. So it's going to get nasty, and I think he's down for it. He's like,
can I respond to these two? So this person, they said in the chat, they said, or actually you can read this first, then I'll get to what the person said in the chat.
So Jallo said Drake's legal team is the best in defamation cases. Shout out to Jallo.
I'd have to look. I ain't know that, but I'd have to look at that. So the person said, did Drake use that? Oh, you got more? My bad.
Yeah. Up North Society 279. He said, y'all must not have read it to agree with it. That's salute to you. And I think there was one more I think I missed. Shout out to y'all for.
I don't necessarily agree with it. I'm just saying, as a guy that already has $1 billion, he can go retire. When you feel like the world went against you, sometimes you might press the button. Like Kanye, bro. Kanye is nuke shit. Kanye went on a nuke mission plenty of times, bro, and did not give a fuck how his career looked, and still go out and drop some albums.
Yeah, but here's the difference, though. Kanye always still had a massive amount of support, no matter what. Like he always had that like crazy audience behind him that was riding with him, no matter what. Drake still has that, but not at the level of Kanye.
I'm listening to Nothing Was the Same too. I don't know what to
I'm listening to The Same.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I was driving with my girl, and we were headed to Canadian Tire or whatever. Canadian Tire is like a we've got, it's like a place to get like hardware and all this stuff. I gotta put that in there because it's Canadian. But she was playing Drake, and I had to shut it off. I was like, I can't listen to Drake right now, bro. I can't, I'm disappointed, man. I'm disheartened. Like, I've been a Drake fan from the very beginning. And then, like, this comes back on Canadians, too. Because people are like, oh, Canadians are so fucking soft. And I'm like, man, like, Drake, why do you have to do this? You know, like, why?
Yeah. But anyways, back what they said. They said, did he use the system to go against Meek and Pusha T? Please tell me what Drake said to Meek Mill that y'all would consider defamatory.
Nowhere close. Nothing.
Please show me where.
The world tour, your girl tour.
That's a fact. That's
defamation,
a fact.
Man.
This ain't what she said when you meet me to open up for it. That's a fact. You're the opening act for Nicki Minaj. So what did he say defamatory about Meek Mill in their battle?
He didn't say anything.
That's what I said. So people keep making these false equivalencies, like saying stupid shit, and they're like, "Is okay."
I mean, I think when you gotta think about it, somebody died at his property
Did they die? I think they didn't die. I thought I read somewhere that somebody died. The lawsuit said they didn't die. They got shot though. They got shot. They didn't die though.
Well, I was trying to be dramatic. I'm sorry.
Drake's talking about how he don't rat and like no ratting and no this and no that and he's linked with the Hells Angels or whatever. And now he's got a case talking about what transpired in terms of street shit. He's always talking about like he's always talking about street shit. Like at the end of the day.
Well, this isn't street shit though.
It is, man. Someone like
it just so happened to be tied into it, but this is Drake versus UMG. This is industry.
Don't matter, man. He is literally ratting, like he's bringing up all this shit in a federal case. Like,
yeah, it is a federal case. Yeah.
What?
But
like,
I think
he can never, if he comes back, he can't be talking on that shit anymore. I guess he can because Gunna still does it, but like, I don't know, man. It looks bad to me, man. It looks really bad.
The optics definitely don't look good. I don't think
look good, man. The optics don't look good from like so many different standpoints. Yeah. But if you zoom out and you're like, okay, I would want the only thing that I'd really care about, and I'm not a fucking billionaire, obviously, but being called a pedophile by all those people would suck for sure. I get wanting to clear that from your jacket.
So let me ask you this on a personal level, bro. Let's say we all went into business together. One of us made all of us millions of dollars, almost billions of dollars for, let's say, a company we helped create as far as Apple with streaming, Spotify with streaming. Like, I have an intimate relationship with y'all two. Not necessarily a friendship, but I ate dinner with y'all. Like, we've done many deals together, like big deals together. It's not necessarily a loyalty though, but when let's just say not so much peers, but like Drake definitely helped forward this 2010 plus era of hip hop that pretty much is new. We got streaming, we got all these different things that Drake pretty much helped facilitate and get big. And I think I'm just looking at it on a personal level, bro. When you work with all these people, when you work with all these companies and they turn on you, I think you just get to a point where you don't give a fuck what people think of it. Street shit, industry shit. You're like, bro, I'm getting my get back. Like, like you said, the pedophile shit, like y'all help promote this shit. Like, fuck all of y'all. Like, that's just how I would be. Like, when I get crossed, like it gets to a point where you might get toxic, bro. And you like, I will go down with the ship. But the fact that I think we kind of missing out, like it's similar to the LeBron James thing. It's like, why is he so upset with LeBron? It's like, well, he walked out Bronny after the heart attack. It seemed like they had a relationship you could be upset about, right? So I think it's similar. Like, I think we kind of miss how there was relationships and connections there with Drake at UMG to a point where y'all on the same team and they went against you. I get to a point. I think we all could look at it like where a person could see red. Like, you don't care what people think. You don't care what people morals say. If I should do this, if there's a law that say I shouldn't do this, I don't care.
That's fine. He's allowed to do that if he doesn't want to care. But personally, me, I can't get behind it. Like I can't, like the lawsuit got pages about Kendrick's lyrics from the beef and then pages about his visuals in a music video, and then a whole excerpt on the cover art, like of a diss record. Like, is all this is about a diss record at the end of the day. Like, that's what it stems from. I get him, like, if UMG was pushing the record and really smear campaign and doing all this other shit to help Kendrick, I get it. I hope that's proven, and I hope that like he deserves to know if they're doing that, if they were doing that type of shit. But at the end of the day, it's about lyrics in a rap battle. And that is what this lawsuit is about at the end of the day. That's what it stems from. That is the basis of the lawsuit.
I think that's what we care about as far as the hip hop people, as far as it's about the lyrics, but it's bigger than that. It's about money. It's about, how the industry went against you. I think that's how you see it. It's like, it gets to a point where, yeah, we could look at it as hip hop fans, it's about the lyrics and the things like that. But for Drake, bro, it's like, bro, y'all messing up my bag. Y'all going against me when I'm the guy that fed you niggas, bro. Y'all bit the hand that feeds y'all, and I get it. Like I think the rap lyrics and the beef is just it's subsequential to the real problem at hand, and it just is the example. He called me a pedophile. He put the pedophile cover art. Like he said, I should be rated, and it gets to a point where, like, yeah, the beef and all that isn't part of it, but hey, what y'all did was even nastier behind the scenes.
No, but look, if this was a separate lawsuit where Drake was trying to prove all this shit, right? But it wasn't tied to lyrics, a battle, angles, like claiming that you guys should. That's the part where he loses me altogether when he's claiming that UMG should have stopped this. Like, to me, he's asking for favoritism when he says that. Like, you're supposed to stop. You should have stopped Kendrick from saying these things to me, but don't stop me when I'm saying all this defamatory shit about Kendrick. That's okay. So if you're going to stop all these things for Drake, against Drake, you should have stopped all the shit against Kendrick. And like, hip hop got a history going way back about censorship. And I feel like if Drake does win, which I don't think he will, that's going to set like a very crazy precedence for the diss record. I feel like, where if UMG does have to fork out hundreds of millions of dollars, they're going to have to do, they're probably going to just tell people they can't do diss records. Like if you're doing a diss record, you'll get, I don't know, they're probably not going to want diss records anymore or something. If they lose millions and millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, that's another big problem behind this. Because at the end of the day, what is going to make Drake win this lawsuit? The first part of it is all this stuff that Kendrick said in a rap beef. So if they lose, what are UMG going to do? And these other labels, well, we don't want to get into this again, so let's just stop people from saying shit like that. And that's where censorship comes into play, and that is anti-hip hop. So like, there's so much shit wrong with this lawsuit that just is gut wrenching for a Drake fan who loves hip hop at the same time. Like, cause
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that's
Definitely
my
for
take
me,
on it. I
honestly,
can't,
man.
like, I'm dumbfounded with this approach from him.
Yeah.
Dumbfounded.
It just looks so. It's just the optics of it. Honestly, I do understand if I'm Drake. I do understand why you do this, because it does kind of feel like everyone's kind of been going at your neck, and then Kendrick, it's kind of like them using Kendrick as the catalyst, like Future, The Weeknd, all of them kind of using Kendrick as, okay, let's use Kendrick because this is like his main nemesis or whatever. Let's use him as a person to kind of devalue Drake, act like Drake hasn't done anything for the culture, like he hasn't been number one. And it's kind of like, you know, even lately, I feel like in rap, it's kind of like, what have you done for me lately type of atmosphere. It's like, you know, For All the Dogs was kind of had mixed reviews. You know, Her Loss I think was great. But, you know.
I think, see, you're talking about something different. You're talking about the overall quality of the music. The facts, the shit's still selling. Like we said, For All the Dogs dropped October in 2023.
Well,
it was the second highest selling rap album of 2024.
The fans don't care about sales.
No, but we're talking about business, because you're talking about UMG, right?
You don't have to hear about sales. They listening to it.
It's
That's what
mostly
makes the sales.
I'm just talking
But
about.
Even what you're saying, the fans ain't fucking with the new shit, but the new shit's still selling. So obviously, like, maybe you don't fuck with it, but somebody fucking with it.
I kind of talked about this on the stream that we did before a couple of days yesterday. If I'm UMG, it's like you did what you usually do, right? And we already paid you $400 million, so you're on a 360. Yes, you had one of the biggest tours,
but he fulfilled his deal.
But if I'm UMG and we gave you $400 million, we're kind of gonna have to expect you to exceed that. If I'm UMG, it's like you're doing what you usually do, and then the money that we do give you to roll out the project, you know, to use it for the rollout, you don't use it. It's like they're looking at this. It's like, why would we give you $600 million?
Well, I think you're saying that, but if we can see his streams totality go from 8 billion to 10 billion to 13 to 15 to 6, like I'm not going down, I'm going up. So I'm like, when you're saying like you're doing the same thing, it's not like he signed the deal, he did 8 billion streams, and then it's 2024. Now he's still doing 8 billion streams a year. If I'm going up 2 billion, 3 billion, 4, like if I'm going up, then yeah, my value
So do
is
you
going to
think
go
the
up.
demand
The
for
market's
Drake's
going to be
music,
different.
like Scorpion went platinum the day it dropped? Has he done that this decade?
Not platinum.
And
Yeah,
that was
Not the
that
day
was
it
his
dropped.
peak,
Not
right?
the
We're
day
talking
it
about
dropped.
peak Drake.
look, people were,
Come on,
you know
peak Drake.
how I was saying like Drake was on some street shit, right? And now
Yeah.
he's talking about how people shot up his crib and like all this stuff, right?
Mhm.
It's in the Heart Part 6. He's like, first I was a rat, so where's the proof for the trial then? Where's the paperwork or the cabinet is filed in? The
That's fine.
streets would have, and then he says, my Montreal connects stand up, not fall down. He's talking about the HA right there. He's talking about Hell's Angels, Montreal. The ones, and then he says, I'm a war general, seasoned in preparation, jacket covered in medals, honor and deck. Like he's talking like
But that's talking about the beef though. That's not necessarily talking about killing people or something like that.
No, but he's talking like he's referencing the HA in Montreal. Like that's kind of like
Yeah, it's like
more
Yeah, that's a part, but when you talk
And I
about
guarantee
the declarations and medals and stuff like that, that's
No,
more
I know,
just
but
being
You make this
tested
like
in music.
square.
but he's
This
making
circus
it.
is like throwing me
I mean,
off.
that's the only way I can get the
He's
name of
making
the
it seem like he's like if like the HA lives by a specific set of rules. The HA lives by a specific set of guidelines, right? You can't put stuff about how someone shot up your crib in a federal lawsuit. Like this is just like the optics of what he's done is he looks like a fool, man, for that part of it.
You know why I just don't look at it that serious? Because you know who's also a hypocrite? Kendrick Lamar. No one cares. No one bats an eye. You know how many people are hypocrites in hip hop? Most of the people.
Most
the fans.
That is true.
Everyone, like everyone. It's
But I
like
think it's on both sides though.
it's not a big difference when Drake is one. Like most of these people don't live the lives they really are, and it is what it is. Most of the girls in hip hop talk about they don't need a nigga. All excuse my language because you know whatever. But
Free speech.
but everybody, it's different people platform on here, and I don't know how people like they platform. I like to respect people, but they got a baby. They got husbands. They don't need a guy. They don't need a guy. They don't need a guy in all their music, and they got a dude. But no one cares and bats an eye. So it's like the contradictions. No one's really had to be truly a real person in hip hop for the longest. That's not a real requirement. I know we love to act like it is. I guess it's a fantasy WWE thing, but it's not. It's not real. It's not real.
But all it's doing is like the shit that Kendrick levied against him and like the premise of Not Like Us. It just like the lawsuit amplifies that and just like supports a lot of the shit he's talking about in there.
Like, why do he say not? Let's get to that part because everybody talks about that part. Not like us. What does that mean? Did Kendrick say that because Drake is a Jew?
No,
that's what everybody wants to get to. Because he's a Jew, that's what that means.
I think it just means that he doesn't consider him to be like really part of like hip hop culture or like African American culture. And
I'm curious, when did Kendrick Lamar come to that realization?
And the colonizer thing.
Good question.
Because he looked up to Drake coming in. So I'm wondering, when did he find this realization about Drake?
When did he? Yeah,
when did he come to the realization that Drake isn't really not like us?
Maybe he used Drake. Maybe he just used Drake in the beginning, right? He saw him as a stepping stone, like because it didn't take him very long. Maybe he thought Drake was cool in the beginning, but when he got to know him, he just didn't fuck with him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Someone said if Kendrick believed Drake is truly a pedophile, I forgot what he said, but like even in that, he think he's truly a pedophile. Let's take bars literally if we want to take bars literally. I hope they my real friends, if not on YNW. I wouldn't want no nigga. I wouldn't refer to no nigga I think is a pedophile as my friend. I wouldn't even keep referring to Drake as a goat if I thought he was a pedophile.
Me either.
I just strangled a goat. You still think I'm great, but he's a pedophile. I'm not doing none of that. So obviously Kendrick don't believe he's a pedophile. So that's where like obviously I don't think he believes that.
I don't think
that's the angle for the rap beef. I get that portion of it. The Jew thing, right? So
watch it.
I did my research into it. Because my thing is like we can't on one hand say everything Kendrick says is this deep layered conversation, right? Because you do the breakdowns, you go really deep, and like I think one of them is like Michelangelo and this person and like these. Like, oh, that's real deep. I never even thought about shit like that. Yeah. So he was talking about once upon a time, all of us was in chains. Homie still double down, call us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca building railroads and trains. Bear with me for a second. Put you on game. The settlers were using town folks to make them richer. 2024, you got the same agenda, right? If you look at Jews in Atlanta,
Here we go.
during Reconstruction, they came in, they settled, and then they dominated the economy, grew the economy off the backs of the people that was there. So if you want to go like deep into Kendrick lore, because people love going into deep into Kendrick lore, and his shit, everything means something. The history of Atlanta during Reconstruction is Jews coming in and
That is true.
taking over economically. That's the history of Reconstruction in Atlanta. But like I said, nobody wants to say, like I said, even if he's talking about Drake being Jews, I don't give a fuck. He's a Jew. Like, we know he's a Jew. Like, it's not even a thing. But like, if you want to go deep, because everybody now is like, what? He's a Jew? The whole timeline been fucking talking about he's a colonizer because he's a Jew. Now everybody's like, what? He's a Jew? What? Nobody means that. Nobody's saying that. Like, what are we talking about? Everybody's been saying it.
Let me read the super chat real quick. JR donated $9.99. Appreciate you, bro. Drake raps his best in this battle and gets no credit for it. Talk about breeding resentment. A minor, B sharp, D flat, D major. Drake rapped his best. K Dot was consistent and hot blind bling Drake.
The problem where things fall short with the Drake's a colonizer, Drake's this and that from the Kendrick Lamar stance is that means almost every rap legend is a part of selling us out to a colonizer, including the fans. We've all accepted a colonizer and looked at him for 15 years and didn't bat an eye. Jay-Z's did music with him. Name a legend that hasn't done music with him multiple times. And that's a cosign. That's when a Jay-Z do music with you on your first album, that's showing a certain level of respect. Why would Jay-Z show respect to a colonizer?
That's
like
true.
This is reality, bro.
Well, Jay-Z is a capitalist, right?
But that's not how. That's not. You're 100% right. But that's not how hip hop looked to him.
When Drake came in, he was an anomaly, right? All these labels were trying to sign him. There was a big fight for Drake. Drake was like nothing hip hop's really ever seen when he came in, right?
Yeah.
So there's a bag there to associate with Drake. Like at one point, the Drake feature was a huge deal. Like Drake doing a feature with Drake was advantageous for a lot of these artists too, right? So, and advantageous for Drake. Like a Jay-Z cosign. Like I believe that's one of Drake's favorite rappers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did multiple songs with him. He did multiple songs with Wayne. He did multiple songs with Ross. He's done songs with Kanye. Like everyone that you can respect.
Yeah.
He even asked Drake to give J. Cole a feature because he was so hot. So
Jay-Z did more music with Drake than J. Cole, and that's his own fucking artist. What do you do for J. Cole? Mr. Nice Watch? What the fuck is that? Drake got Pound Cake. He got fucking what's the shit off Thank Me Later? What's the song? Yeah, got so many great shit from Jay-Z. All J. Cole got was fucking Mr. Nice Watch. What the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
Thank Me Later, yeah, that was probably their best one that they did.
The one on Thank Me Later was crazy
too, though.
Pound Cake.
And to me, actions speak louder than words. And I just, it's hard to say that Drake's a colonizer and he needed Atlanta. He colonized Atlanta when these were mutualistic relationships, when those people benefited from him and didn't bat an eye for years. The fans that would be just as responsible because our consumer, what we listen to puts money into this guy's pocket and can be as big as he is. So if he's such a bad guy and such a colonizer, why haven't we noticed it for 15 years? It's like it gets to a point where we're just pulling, rabbits out the hat.
It's just a really smart angle for Kendrick to use, especially coming off like the slave bar, right? Like Drake kind of gave him that right in a silver platter, and Kendrick couldn't have flipped that any better.
Bryce about to get into it.
He couldn't.
Bryce, speak your mind, Bryce. Speak your mind.
Speak your mind, Bryce. How you
only reason is because it's like all of a sudden we could just click our brains off and not having context clues anymore. Listen to context. He never called anybody a slave. Like he calling you rapping like you want to get the slave free. It's taking it completely.
It's kind of like a fake prophet. You're like a phony activist. You act like you want to do these things. You act like you want to actually help these people. You really don't. It's more of an image than an actual hey guys, I really want to help you. I really want to support you guys. I want to bring up these issues. I want to do all these things. And then I go away. Like I don't know what he's doing in the community for real. Like he might be doing a bunch of shit in Compton, LA. I don't fucking know.
It's
but
really crazy.
That's where the bars go.
That's
being
why
able to
when those two lines are together, that's what he's really getting at. Because the follow-up is you just acting like an activist is make believe, right?
Yeah.
So when those two bars are together, that's really where he was going with it. Like you're a fake activist or whatever, right?
But for social media, you just take that part and then you blast people who already believe this, and then it takes off like wildfire. And that's fine because that's social media. It happens all the time. But like you'd be better off with the whole like whipped and chained like American slaves. Like that bar is like I don't know where that one is like. What are we doing? Why are we going?
But I mean, how many rappers haven't said I got changed like in reference?
That's like beat that pussy like Emmett Till. It's like, all right, what do we?
No, that was crazy. That was crazy.
And Pusha and Kendrick got a record coming out soon called
Whips and Chains.
Whips and Chains. So that'll be interesting.
What that sounds like.
Yeah, he's doing a collab
and the beat
project
is crazy too.
The Clips or something like that, or what Kendrick? I think Kendrick is doing a collab album or something like that. I heard something
with Pusha.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was
Pusha's desperate as fuck.
Yeah, that's more for like Pusha though. But I think that might happen after the show. Yeah,
I love Pusha T's music, man.
Yeah,
I like for real.
No,
I like
Rise ready to go.
Seriously.
that album, what is it, Something Dry or whatever, the whole album was fucking good.
It was nominated for a Grammy too. Yeah,
and like the production from Pharrell and Kanye, like
that was the best thing about it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like Pusha, man.
If you don't call Drake a pedo, he would have lost, and Not Like Us would have flopped. On God. Coming from someone who did a photo shoot in blackface, like even with that, wasn't that already like dispelled of what that blackface thing actually was?
No,
I just swore there was a thing about like this wasn't him like just actually doing blackface. It was like a stance. It was something like some type of activist type shit against like people doing blackface.
Perception again. People don't care about context.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, why can't we like really look into this shit? Do people not really want to be like informed on things? I'm not saying that's true, but I can swear that's what I read. Like, it wasn't like him just like I love blackface. It was just like an angle.
I realize there's certain things I just don't speak on.
I get that's fine. You ain't got to down that. I'm just saying, like, I thought that was like
a combo.
Let me look at that. Why was Drake in blackface?
Yeah. Nah, and then I find it when you mentioned the saying he called us slaves. That was the one time that he actually responded to anything that Drake said, and then he took it out of context. Like Drake said so much shit, and he like ignored it and didn't give any rebuttals to it. But let's talk about
So it says Drake explains why he dressed up in blackface. The struggle for black actors has not changed much. The rapper said he did it to raise our frustrations from being typecast. Like I said, is that the best route to probably go, especially in optic vibe? But if that's the reason, it's like, okay, that's the reason.
So if
was correct. No, never mind. I'm not speaking on it.
Yeah, just let that one go. Just let that one go.
Yeah. So with Drake, like if Drake actually is in court, like if they do, like I don't know, do they televise federal trials or no?
I doubt it. Not no sip. I mean, I don't know. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, was that a federal?
I don't know what that was.
I don't think
that was a.
I think it depends on the state.
That was a civil thing, wasn't it?
It's in New York though. New York don't ever televise shit, so I doubt it's gonna be televised.
I watched all that, by the way.
Yeah.
That shit was too much.
That shit was crazy.
That was like crazy viral at the time.
Yeah.
It's too much.
But if Drake is actually called to the stand and there's like maybe some leak that comes out of like Kendrick having to speak on it or something like that, I think that's gonna be like the nail in the coffin as far as hip hop culture is concerned. Like the hip hop purists, that's like, okay, you went to beef with a nigga and it's like he has to talk about a rap beef song.
Nah, bitch. Yeah, I need you to talk to your fans and tell them you really don't believe that shit.
Like, what are we doing at that? Like,
this one. Tell them niggas you don't really believe that shit, nigga. Tell them I'm not really a pedophile. Go ahead and tell them, bitch. Get on the stand right now.
Are these statements true, Mr. Duckworth?
Mr. Duckworth, do you really think he's a pedophile? No, man, I do not. Case closed.
The idea of Kendrick having to go on the stand for a fucking diss record is
what's crazy. Kendrick on the stand.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
And Drake sitting right there in his suit.
Of course,
bro, that'd be so lit. Imagine making that to like an album cover for Kendrick Lamar, like just a picture of him on the stand. Like,
bro, he could
be the greatest rap beef of all time.
That'd be amazing. That'd be hilarious.
But let's just be real. Drake is only. This is like I don't want to be insensitive, but this is sparking a fire to possibly a part 2. If Kendrick got to go on stand, there's no way we're not getting another diss track.
Oh,
I don't really want
if
to see
Kendrick got to go on the
part
stand, he's not going because he's like, I don't want to go on the stand
At that
again.
point, yeah, like
I don't want to stand again.
This is not gonna call him a pedo.
That's
we're
probably
gonna get some sort of lawsuit suing reference for sure from Kendrick on a record in the near future. 100%. He will have some sort of subliminal or something. Yeah, 100%. He's gonna have something to say about this, right?
Both team plays hard said, would you sue if people believe your man smashed your wife and your kid ain't yours? Probably not.
Look up the weird ass producers.
Because that doesn't really like saying somebody smashed your wife and your kid, like it gives you like that perception and like that world where, but for one, honestly, most people don't even believe that. I don't even believe that is to be true, right? Most people don't believe that. That's one thing. And it wouldn't really do anything to you as far as like, if Pepsi found out that my wife was getting smashed by another guy, Pepsi's still going to give me a deal. If Pepsi thinks I'm a pedophile, they're probably not going to give me a deal. So those two things aren't even really comparable. Now, the woman beater thing, that I always say, I'd rather be called a woman beater. Now, this might be crazy, but I'd rather be called a woman beater than a pedophile. But regardless of that, the woman beating thing is something that, you could bring up for like, oh, should you sue for that? And do I think Kendrick's going to sue? No, I don't. Obviously, but also, because you guys think about, I know you guys aren't going to think about this, but maybe there's a reason he won't sue for that. Because maybe he did do it once before, like I said, maybe a bad night, he was drunk. Shit happens. People do shit out. Like, no, I ain't going to say what Charleston White said, but shit happens, right? Shit happens. And maybe he don't want to be put on. Maybe this is Drake's plan all along, was to get Kendrick there to have to do a deposition and say, hey, people are bringing up, he said you beat your wife, right? Did you ever physically assault your wife before? But obviously, deposition, you got to say yes or no. And then, maybe that's Drake's plan the whole time.
That is a crazy play, but my thing is, why would that why would Kendrick's record need to come up in this lawsuit? Because this is all about Drake. This is all about Kendrick defaming Drake. So why would
because if I'm blaming you for defamation, you might be like, well, you defamed me too. And be like, oh, I did? Okay, well, let's bring that into play then. Because UMG might be like, let's say for UMG, they're like, well, you said that all this other artist beat on his wife. That's also a form of defamation. Like, oh, y'all brought that into like the conversation in the court. All right, well, let's bring this nigga in here and let's see if I defamed him. Kendrick Lamar, did you ever beat your wife? Yes or no? There was this one time in, Compton, I might have did something. Who knows what the fuck? I don't think he did. Denmark. Like that's like the long game reach type shit.
This would be a good question for a lawyer to ask them. Like, at what point could like this other evidence or whatever be admissible? Like, to talk about for UMG, I guess, to bring forth. Oh, like look what you said about Kendrick, or would that have any relevance at all pertaining to this lawsuit?
It's gonna come up. Just what else I think is gonna come up? I think Meet the Grams might come up. Like Kendrick is comfortable, like having something about like fake daughter. Like, I mean, I think most people think it's not true. You never changed it. You never took it down. You left it up. It's like he already is comfortable. This is what the lawyers might say. He's already comfortable with the
Pusha T did the same thing.
But he actually had a kid.
Yeah.
This time,
people keep saying defamation is not me saying something mean about you. That's true. Defamation is something that's false. Like if I said that Chris Brown is a woman abuser, and I can say, Chris Brown, you beat women. He can't sue me for defamation.
I think
he beats women. We know he does.
As long as the intent was to defame you, you could still sue for that.
I'm not defaming you. I'm telling the truth.
But
it got to be something on.
I think it's not a matter.
It's got to be libel, and libel means a lie.
Of it being true or not. I think it's the intent of malice.
It has to be libel.
That's going into. So you're going into a different. You're right. That it has some legal. That's like social bullying, social harassment, shit like that. That's probably where you're going to that, but that's not defaming. That's something totally different. When it's starting to kind of send a a certain narrative to certain people, and then people may cause you to have a suicide or something like that. Like that's not defaming, but a person will get. I think people went to jail for stuff like that, right? Like you've done something socially to somebody so bad on social
like
media or something.
cyberbullying or whatever.
Yeah, and so that's more like that. But defaming is like when it's something being told as a lie.
Yeah, it's a complete false, and
Yeah.
then it causes like there's a few different things I think you need to prove for defamation. I think one of them is financial hardship, maybe. I think
Yeah.
one of them. I'm not 100% sure, but there's a couple things you got to prove.
Yeah,
Here it
yeah,
is.
it's
If
harm.
you
It's like
defame someone in
harm.
music, what constitutes defamation in music? A falsehood. The information being disseminated is false. In other words, if the song lyrics make a deliberate and false statement about someone. Harm. Has the song caused harm to the person or entity being targeted? Have they suffered reputational damage as a result of the lyrics? Lack of privilege. Is the artist acting outside of their right to express themselves creatively? For instance, if an artist uses their music to defame someone in a private context, they may not be protected by freedom of speech. So, I mean, for that last part, Kendrick's isn't private. It's pretty public, so maybe that's where they'd be like, well, this is one of the things you can't prove. So, you know,
In the lawsuit, it also says Drake is a citizen of Texas. I found that funny.
Is there anything else in the
shout out to
lawsuit?
Texas.
Is there any big things that you guys want to touch on with respect to the lawsuit? Because we've spoke on most of it at this point, but I'm just trying to think if there's anything else.
I mean, the YouTube.
You know what? One of
The
the things
streamers.
we didn't talk about the streamers yet.
Yeah. See if I can find it.
I mean, it's just good. It's just good. Hey, he talked about me. I'm in one of the biggest conversations of the
Bro,
year.
if that nigga put me on there, I'd be like, bet.
I wouldn't have been mad about being listed.
like,
in there,
hey.
personally.
Which is why I understand why they're mad, because they're like some of the biggest streamers. So it's like they don't really need that attention. So it's like,
Oh, I guess so. That's true.
to a
I'm
certain
shit
don't-
on me more, dude.
I don't think any of them are really.
That'd be
I
factual,
don't
man.
think
Let me tell you something. Drake would have put me in that lawsuit, nigga. I'd have been on Piers Morgan next day. Like, hey, I'd have been on every big major. I'd been on to the Today Show. I'd have been on everything.
I don't think most of them are really that upset about it. Really, I think a lot of people are making content off it, but he's not suing them. I don't really have much to say about the whole streamers and shit being mentioned.
I can see how it could be framed. How it looks like they whitelisted this, so they only reacted because they were making money. Which I would just say to that is they probably already put those videos out before that whole whitelisting thing became like this big deal. So it's like they didn't know it would be whitelisted 2 days later after they already reacted. So like that's kind of dumb. I feel like that's easily disputable in the lawsuit.
And they react, and they're reactors. They react to everything.
It doesn't matter if it makes money or not. They're gonna, especially
like,
the people are
most
gonna
of the time
react.
they don't make money off it.
Yeah.
A lot of times they don't.
See, I'm not
because
disagreeing.
of copyright. I deal with copyright all the fucking time because I constantly got music in my videos, right? It's just part of the game. Really.
What do you think about the people that said, well, I had a video critiquing Kendrick, but my shit got strike versus other people that was like, you know what I mean?
I'll tell you this, my Not Like Us video did not get whitelisted. I know that for damn sure. Maybe because I'm a smaller channel, they don't give a fuck about me, but I didn't get whitelisted.
It's the big channel, yeah.
My shit was still demonetized.
It depends because for me, I'll always find a way around it, right? Like 90% of the time, I'll export the video, I'll throw it up on YouTube as a test, and then it'll say, oh, these parts got like flagged, right? So I'll go back and be like, oh, I guess I'll have to make that shorter. Usually if I'll put 4 bars, it's good. If it's short, it don't pick it up. I notice if it's any longer than 4 bars, usually it'll be enough for the system to pick it up. So it depends how you chop up your edit and stuff too, right? Because my Family Matters video is good. I made money off my Family Matters video, and push-ups. Euphoria got flagged not for copyright though, for inappropriate content, and then 616 I made money off of because of the way I cut it up, right? So it depends on how they react to it. If like some of these reactors will play like a full verse and then they'll react to it. Well, there's a chance that if you played a full entire verse, you're probably not gonna be able to monetize it, right?
Yeah.
So in the lawsuit, this is line 143. The effect of whitelisting the recording was massive and immediate. Able to play the recording in full in their own videos and to profit from them, content creators rushed to republish the recording in reaction videos. The Cartier family was listed. I honestly had no idea about their channel until this lawsuit. So
They do a lot of political shit too.
Yeah, they do political shit. No Life Shack was listed as well. I think Zeus was listed. RDC reacts. Kai Sanat. So I just think, you know,
Everybody's thing is, why are there no white people? Because the fucking, no disrespect, what's the dirt? Because the fucking
cool,
white
man.
people aren't as big as these fucking people.
why is Anthony
the point
Fantano
is,
here, bro?
People
he didn't
keep
post it on his
asking
own
why I'm
channel.
not in
He
there.
didn't post it on his own channel. It was on some weird account channel.
Yeah,
But my point is, the point of this thing is to show like what Drake's trying to do here. Like I said, do I agree with the lawsuit? No. But what Drake's trying to do here is to show the biggest reactions to this thing. And I think that's what he's trying to do here. I went to go check. I said, okay, Aiden Ross is a big streamer, right? I'm sure he posts on his, like Kaisnet has Kaisnet Live. I'm sure Aiden Ross put Aiden Ross Live. Aiden Ross video got like 300,000 views. I'm not posting you, bitch. I'm posting the biggest of the big so it looks more grand than, you know,
reach.
And I
what
think
it
this
is.
something that he went over with the lawyers. Okay, let's pick the biggest streamers of the culture.
Yeah, because, well, for one thing, I didn't react to Not Like Us, right? So, and nothing about 616 is in this. Like that one I did, I think got 2 million or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But people keep wondering why my shit's not in there.
Dollars? You got $2 million? Damn.
No views.
I'm playing.
No. I wish.
Difran what white people had bigger reactions than those?
Knox Hill had some pretty big ones.
Just Not Like Us. Knox Hill's Not Like Us got 1.6 million. Go on those. Show who's on those. That list right there. Let's pull up every view that's on there.
They're all way greater.
Like double digits.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Way bigger. Way
We got
bigger.
9 million. We had 4.6 million. We had 2.2 million. I think Knox Hill was the biggest white creator I saw, and it was at 1.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, they try to make everything about race. They try to nitpick everything. Like, I'll say this. I wouldn't do this. I talked about the Meg Thee Stallion and how she's kind of handled the Tory Lane situation. I'm like, the better thing for a career is to walk away from the situation.
Oh, yeah. Moist Critical reacted to it, apparently.
Moist Critical.
So a lot of these, like,
even Moist Critical's reaction has 2.3 million views.
Okay.
But also, to be fair, it's not on Moist Critical's actual channel. It's a critical reaction with 16,000 subscribers, where I'm sure they just take his bootleg. They bootleg his shit and they put it up there. He's showing the official channels who actually said, I'm gonna record this, I'm gonna post this on my channel because this is my shit. Not, oh, I got niggas that got a million different little plug channels of mine and they just throw them up there. I'm talking about my channel. I reacted, it's on my shit.
So that's actually a pretty good argument, because what white creators did have massive videos on this outside of Knox? He had
personal channel. I don't know any outside of maybe Fantano, but his wasn't on his personal.
Yeah,
page.
His was on another like Fantano streams or whatever. Like I know he got Fantano and then he got whatever one he does, the needle drop. Those are his two, like his like main, and then there was one that got posted on like a Fantano fan page type thing.
What did his?
That one got 4.8.
That maybe should have been in there. That one probably should have been in there.
But also, if I'm Drake, I don't fuck with Fantano, so I don't want to give him the dignity to even be in my lawsuit. Fuck him.
But that's the thing. Like, you taking pictures with Kai, like you just shouted him out on the stream with Aiden, like you publicly fucked with Kai.
He didn't do nothing to him.
He put him in the lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm showing niggas got hella views off defaming my name. That's what I'm doing.
By putting my name in there? Don't get
me
involved.
9 million. He probably got the most views out of everybody.
So? Why put my name in there?
I think we're confused on what the lawyers are trying to do here.
Me personally, I don't really think it's a big deal putting any of these streamers in the lawsuit. That's me. I don't think it's a huge deal. He's not suing them. He's not. But that's my take.
Them to justify the entire lawsuit is like.
Well, he's not.
Well, I'm using you for a piece of the lawsuit.
Yeah, he's claiming that because if UMG whitelisted, because this was a thing going around where people were saying,
"Stay right there, Wordu." Let me read that part. Okay, my bad.
People were saying that Kendrick did like give his diss records clearance, right? Remember that? That was like a big.
That was like a big deal. Because really, where that came from was, if you just watch the entire YouTube lore, Smack from back on Fig is a part of TDE. He posted not like his reaction that got claimed. He said himself, I hit Dot and said, hey, man, I'm trying to make a little chili over here with the, you know, what's going on. We can't make no chili. And then he said Kendrick was like, bet I'm gonna reach out to whoever I reach out to, and then that's what whitelisted it. See, because like I said, I don't believe UMG did this for. If the story of Smack saying is true, that's just Kendrick like, oh, I'll let y'all niggas eat off it, and it's smart marketing wise, right? Like to just let people react off to it, eat for a little bit and whatever. That's smart. But like I said, Drake is trying to paint a story here. So yeah, there's gonna be things that are exaggerated. There's gonna be things that are over the top that don't make any fucking sense. Like even him bringing the academic shit up of the guy botting the streams or whatever and saying that Kendrick and his team offered him a percentage of not like us. Who do people really fucking believe that? No, at least I don't fucking believe that.
I mean, this person said that No Life Shaq, he even said that he was in contact with Interscope or something about this stuff, right? You probably saw that. So he's got a direct relationship with someone within the label too, which is interesting.
See, 163 and 166, I'm just reading this. 163 was talking about how Kendrick, like, it's not just that they were trying to lowball Drake with these whole, botting the streams and all this different stuff. They also was trying to re-sign Kendrick, and they was trying to prove that we could make you as big as Drake type shit. So it was also trying to show, hey, Kendrick, come sign with us. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
Yeah, if that's true, that's obviously that's a label thing. Like we're gonna try to show you how big we can make you. So you want when this deal is over with, you want it because you're not with Top Dog no more. It's just you and PG Lane. Bet we get more pie, you get more pie. Let's rock like that. But even for this, let me just one more thing because a lot of people's counter to it. The counter to the whitelist thing is they say everything was whitelist, right? Push-ups was people got push-ups monetized, right? They got this monetized. The point of the lawsuit is, yes, say it was monetized, but there was no defamatory material in it, according to Drake. Now we'll say Family Matters, talking about beating the wife, doing this, doing that. Drake clearly don't think that's defamatory because he was willing to stand on it. He says that's true. Now, what information he has on that, I don't fucking know. But he says
they might have to ask him that. Like, why do you think that's not defamatory?
So what he's saying is Kendrick and them, not that they whitelisted whatever. He's saying pretty much y'all whitelisted defamatory material. Because if he had whitelisted Euphoria, what did he say on Euphoria that was considered quote unquote defamatory? Nothing I could think of. So he couldn't use that. But he's only using Not Like Us. Obviously, it's the biggest song. But because in this context of his lawsuit, it contains defamatory material.
So that's why. Meet the Grams does too, but Meet the Grams doesn't have that reach, right? Because he claims that
he said something about Weinstein and Meet the Grams.
Yeah, something about that, and he says you deserve to go to jail, yada yada.
And die.
I think because of the reach of Not Like Us, that's why this one's and he specifically the word certified pedophile, right? So
yeah, the 166 kind of referenced that too. UMG publishers took part of publishing statements that asserted or implied that Drake is a sex offender, pedophile, sex trafficker, or engaged in sexual criminal acts, and that goes into why he had to put in there they shouldn't have let him publish this. It's all a part of building this case into like the defamatory and shit like that, which makes it nasty.
It's still a rap. It's still about a rap beast, though. Like that's what this is all about. It's still all about lyrics from Kendrick.
See, I hear you saying that, but when he's saying that it's directly tied into them doing deals with Kendrick and me and how they want to directly handle the deals between us, like that's when it becomes more than a beef, though.
Yeah,
that's the only thing with me.
But the whole premise of it is about the lyrics. Like without those lyrics, you can't it's all about this is all about a diss record.
Yeah, but to Bryce's point with it, it's like I thought we were going to a battle, like me and you battling. I know I was going to a battle with you and the fucking machine. I thought it was just me and you going back and forth, and now I got to battle these motherfuckers too. I think that's where, in Drake's mind, like I said, I don't know if I necessarily believe this. His mind, he feels like, this is a setup from the top down. All right. Y'all niggas don't fuck with me anyways, so I'm gonna just crash out. I think that's what his mindset is at the moment with this entire thing.
Oh shit! I realized I could go live on IG here too.
No, I think you've been live on IG, right?
No, it says go live. Now I can't.
Oh, yeah, because you have to click it on IG's side. Once I actually go live, you have to press it on IG too.
I'm trying to, but it's like not doing it.
Yeah, and and then it's like, and the how Drake, I keep stuttering, it's hilarious. How Drake was talking about how why this song really went number one is really because of the boy. It's like y'all like all of this was you like you used all of this to try to take me down, but it wouldn't have went number one without me being this guy that y'all trying to take down. And then not only are you trying to take me down, it's trying to take me down because it's to incentivize y'all. It's like that's when it becomes bigger than a beef, man. And me and Difran had theories. It's like, how long did they even know about this thing? Because it's like, because when he was doing the Super Bowl stuff, when did he kind of know he was in range for being a Super Bowl candidate? Was he trying to perform to, really get the deal sealed done? Like, how long do UMG know? Like, how long was these people planning and scheming? Like, we don't know. We don't know. Like, supposedly, Kendrick had a diss track for 5 years. So how long has this probably been in works? And then when you talk about everybody knew how you was going to attack him, Drake said it in Taylor Made. You're going to say I'm a pedophile. So it's like there's only one angle to attack me. So it's like, it's not hard to you conspire with other people to come up with this idea to take me down.
Right.
Like, it's not like you have to make this masterful thing. You call me a pedophile. Like, so it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's just from Drake's standpoint. I'm not saying I believe that. I'm not saying I would even went through all this and done it. I think he should have maybe just moved on, just kept putting out great music. But when you think about it though, on a personal level, bro, I get it, bro. When people turn on you, that's a different type of feeling, bro. Especially when you fed them niggas. Like, it's just different. Like,
no, I definitely understand it from Drake's perspective, but Drake's not dumb. Like, he knows how the fans are gonna think. Like, he understands the psychology of hip hop fans. I do kind of agree with you, B-Nail. Like, at a certain point, it gets to a point where you kind of have to be like, man, fuck all this shit, man. Like the fact that, and if it is true in the lawsuit where it's like UMG was trying to prove to Kendrick that it's better for them long term to stay together by doing this. Look how much bigger you can be with our help. I mean, I think that should be the catalyst of what kind of propels this lawsuit to have any validity or as much validity as it should. Not like quoting lyrics from the song, not talking about comments from Twitter. I think it's stuff like that.
Take the defamation out of it. Like,
yeah.
But then what does he have left?
A bad diss track.
Yeah, like,
take out the pedophile bars. What do you got?
A bad diss track.
What's it on the beat? Hope. Come on, man.
But
and then you got the colonizer part, which is Jew, right? That's when you get to the Jew thing, right?
Alex Jones, man.
But that's going to be hard to prove too, man. That, you know what I mean?
They're gonna put you up on the stand. They say, look what this guy, he broke this down like this. He said this means this mean that, this mean this. So you didn't do it not like us one, did you?
I didn't do Not Like Us, no.
Yeah, that's
I'm glad I didn't now, to be honest.
Yeah, just don't. Yeah,
just imagine if you did
that shit would have went
just
crazy.
the retroactive of going back to it now. People got 1 million views as much just off that shit.
Maybe I should go back to it now, though. Maybe I should fucking do it.
People are still fucking watching.
Now we got all this other information.
You should just
and respectfully, all the angles you said, I understand them. Like, I respect the angles. We've been calling them like he's not doing what the average person would do, and that kind of lends to what Kendrick, is talking about. I don't agree with it. Like, I think a lot of people do spiteful shit all the time, but
yeah,
but I understand those angles. Like, I definitely do.
That post right there is crazy.
Look, three, the big three.
Right? That post is crazy. What's with it?
And then why you don't see? And then you gotta look at the context. We're going third hour. We're going. Look, you got me up here. Why you ain't got me up here with Bill Cosby, another black man? You got me up here with two Jewish dudes. We got the three Jewish guys. What are we doing here? You gotta be third. Why you ain't got Diddy? At least put Diddy up there. Why you got Diddy up there? Fucking Bill Cosby. You got two other Jewish men.
Yeah,
they did my boy Drake dirty though.
Bro, when I looked at this picture, I didn't even like tie in the Jewish part about it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Or even the white, like, yeah.
What Kendrick say? He said he's an Israelite, right? Did he say that in Damn?
Hey, man.
What do the Israelites don't like?
Hey, man.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Isn't that what he said in the fucking song? I don't know.
I don't know,
Hey,
man.
y'all tune in to Absolutely Unsure, man.
And we'll get
to the
into it,
nitty-gritty.
you know, but I'm about
Yeah,
other
we
people's
get to
titles,
the
so we ain't gonna get
nitty-gritty,
into it.
Bro, there were some crazy videos being made and shit though, like those animated cartoon videos
Those shits was insane.
Yeah,
about
those
Drake
were
and like the
actually
kids and shit, and there's
Even like Kendrick just stabbing him and shit like that.
I couldn't
Like-
imagine. Like I've had bad videos made about me for sure, and know how it feels. I couldn't imagine having to deal with it on that fucking level.
Yeah.
Like,
you
wow,
technically had to take your son out of school.
yeah, yeah.
My
I mean,
biggest
he
thing was just like
He must be
putting all
used
the
to it at this point, but you know, he must be used to it by now. But being called a pedophile is kind of different.
that is, I don't think that's ever really happened in a like major rap beef, from what I recall, ever.
Because it's a despicable, undeplorable thing to call someone
Yeah,
who is not that, right? But it is a rap beef. I don't know. Like,
it is a rap beef. It is.
and
I actually agree with that. You know,
And when you think about it from a bigger perspective, like I don't know about the deals, like maybe that they haven't told us about, but he didn't really get cooked as much as he could have, as far as like, oh, pedophile accusations, let's get him out of here. Let's cut all ties with him. You know what I mean? So he kind of got out of there.
well,
Not too bad.
if UMG believed that he actually was that, then they would have cut him. Like they would have, like all these brands would drop him, and I don't think he had any. Did he lose any deals or anything from this?
Yeah,
not
not
really.
that I
He got
know
more
of.
deals actually, from what I saw.
So it's gonna be like what
He
type
actually
of
got an
financial
NFL deal.
what type of financial hardship? Because I know when the beef was active, I can remember on Spotify, Drake's daily streams went down by like 10 million or something, and Kendrick's went up by several million. But I think now it's gotten back to
Yeah, it
pretty
started
pretty
back up.
pretty
It will
healthy.
have to. I think the financial will be directly from UMG and how they're trying to lowball them. I think that'll be it, and how they may. I think UMG might have got lazy and even talked about why they don't feel he should be getting paid this much. And when you go look at the statistics and the numbers, it's like, how is this matching up to what like we can see in sales and stats? So like, where is this coming from? So I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like I put out like a 5-minute video the other day about this lawsuit and didn't even like get into it like crazy. But my take is basically, I think it's crazy that he's doing this from a rap beef and quoting lyrics and quoting fucking cover art and visuals, taking aim at
comments.
visuals.
Yeah.
That's something that I just can't get behind at all. I don't I'm shocked that he's doing it, man. I'm shocked that he's doing this.
Yeah, it says 237, line 237 of page 80 says the plaintiff prays for judgment against UMG for each of the causes of action raised herein. Nominal damages, compensatory damages, including general, actual, consequential, and special damages, punitive damages, reasonable and necessary attorney fees, costs of the suit, pre-judgment, post-judgment. Asking for a lot here.
And what if he? So let me ask you this: what's there? What if he wins? How do you look at it? And there's like this, maybe some breaking news where Kendrick did get some bots, or somebody it did come out that there's payments for bots somewhere, whether it's Kendrick's camp or just UMG directly, and he actually wins and he comes out with a certain amount of money. Do you think his career bounces back? Do you think people not really take the lawsuit as seriously, or versus like if he just get cooked, then it's like now he's just a total joke?
If he wins, like I said, the thing that I'm worried about is the like that censorship comes into play in hip hop, like when it comes to these diss records in the future and shit. Because if he wins $1 billion, man, or like hundreds of millions of dollars, like these record labels are gonna shut this down, man. They're not gonna want
everything down. Yeah,
they're gonna shut everything down, man. They're not gonna want like so.
Well,
regardless of what Drake, if Drake gets it, and then Drake's legacy is gonna be attached to that.
Forever.
So when they call him like he's gentrifying rap or whatever, like that's kind of what that would be.
That'll be the narrative for sure.
That would be it. Like if Drake is responsible for diss records not being a thing, because they're not going to vet the diss records, but they'd probably be like, okay, if you're with a like a record label, whatever, like we're just not like no diss records. Like we're not putting it out.
But see, only one that I really be worried about the censorship if it goes into songs, because you could just drop a diss record on Instagram like they were doing. Like it's not like the end of the world that the diss tracker has to be dropped on. It could be dropped on YouTube or something like that. But my thing with the Drake and he get $1 billion, that's already tied into what he was already going to possibly get in the deal anyways. And then it's like these other artists that's going to come up under here. None of y'all going to have his power to the degree. And most likely the situation is not going to come up with the deal where it's like you're getting called a pedophile. So I don't know how insecure labels will get because they lost $1 billion, or UMG lost $1 billion to Drake when they was probably going to give him, a certain amount anyways. Like
It'll set very bad.
I don't know.
I think it will set a
And
very.
we talk about this on the show. I'm trying to look at the rap. I'm trying to look at the rap landscape right now, and obviously these could change 20, 30 years. But the way shit's going, the rappers that are being promoted and that are for the young generation, the only beef they got going on is like actually really killing each other. I don't think anybody's gonna have any real rap beef like this type of lyrical fucking shit going forward. This is gonna be like the drill shit is as far as the rap beef you're gonna get, and that can't be defamation because
Nah, man,
they're actually killing people.
Don't
They're
say
actually
that,
killing
bro.
people.
Because I think there's always going to be like some lyrical hip hop on the go. Like I think it's always going to be around because we still got a lot of that, right?
But I'm talking about I'm just talking about, if you look at the landscape, right,
massive?
of who the biggest new guys are. Which of them are like a Kendrick, a Cole, Drake's? Like who is like that? You got every time I see these little kids talking about shit, they're like, I can't wait for Playboy Cardi to drop. It's like,
I know.
That's okay, cool.
Cardi,
Even Travis. Travis ain't. Do we really see Travis get into a rap beef with somebody? I mean, it could happen. Technically, anything could happen. Historically, but I doubt it. Like Yeet, like is he gonna fucking? I doubt it.
Those people are definitely the future, but hopefully,
yeah, that's true.
Hopefully, like some of this stuff can influence upcoming artists to like step into a different bag. But at the end of the day, kids don't want to listen to what their parents are listening to, so they're always going to find a way to find something new and create new sounds. And we don't have any control on that. We can't stop kids from creating new sounds and doing what they do. So you're right, bro. Like that. At the end of the day, they're the future. And if you're looking at the 10, how many million monthly listeners does Playboy Cardi have? 50 million?
Like 50, 60
million?
Closer to 40, 50.
You got to you got to stop that before you can really do anything, right? If you want to do gatekeeping.
See, people.
I don't want to stop that though. I can't. I might have missed
it.
Ray Vaughn and Joey Badass. What the fuck do they do? 10,000 the fucking first week, right? Night 5. We're talking about. I said, who's Drake, Kendrick, and fucking J. Cole? Joey Badass is battling right now. Who gives a fuck about Joey Badass? It's a conversation and it's over with. Ray Vaughn had his moment.
Joey's nice. Joey's nice. That's what I
didn't say. Listen, we're conflating multiple things. I'm not saying Joey not nice. Joey's not Drake. He's not Kendrick. He's not Tyler Creator. He's not Travis Scott. He definitely ain't Playboy Cardi. Joey Badass drop out tomorrow. He do like 10,000.
Not Playboy Cardi.
That's exactly.
He's a better rapper. Yeah.
No, I think he'd do more.
Yes, he is a better rapper. He
I
is
think he'd do more than 10K.
This is what they would say. This is what they be saying.
Maybe 15. Maybe 15.
I'm actually doing a video on that right now. So say you're saying no one cares about it.
No, my point is people care about it. But I'm trying to figure out when it will be to this magnitude. If like this person, there's an East Coast, West Coast beef going on right now, Difran. Ray Vaughn and Joey. Do you think people in a mask can really give a fuck about Ray Vaughn and Joey Badass beefing with each other? Not in the grand scheme. Niggas will talk about it, but it's going to get to the level. We're talking about fucking Tupac, Biggie, Drake, Kendrick, Jay-Z, Nas, not fucking like when there's two little fucking artists battling, like, yeah, okay, that's cool. We like that. Then we on to the next thing. I'm talking about massive stars battling at a high level. That's what I'm talking about.
Where labels could be, vulnerable to
deeply affected by this battle on a mass scale. Not Ray Vaughn, who's like 7th on the bench for TDE, never dropped the album under TDE, and Joey Badass, who ain't dropped the album since 2022, and he's fucking on Power. We're not talking about these two people in a mass scale.
Yeah, and I think the beef is really just being disguised as Drake label negotiations. And I think that's more of how the labels will approach it than there's these potential beefs in the future that's going to put us in, like I said, certain.
Man, if this is just only about negotiations, this is a fucking awful way to go about it.
Terrible way.
Yeah. Like, if this is his, this
well, UMG started it.
Yeah, I know, but man, like
UMG started.
This is not. I don't think this is
from what he's saying.
I don't think suing your label is the greatest bargaining chip that you're gonna have.
Not UMG, yeah.
If when you're dealing with someone like that, I just think that's
someone that's historically promoted for years.
So in the case of Colin Kaepernick, that's what it's similar. When you're suing, the only way you can get, like, your only means of playing football is through them. So when you sue them, you can't play football anymore. With Drake is different. When you sue UMG, you can still put out music in other aspects, whether it's through some other corporation or through independent. So you still, it's not as tough of you're not backs against the wall if you press this button as much as like a Kaepernick was.
Well,
if you still want to be in the league.
I mean, Kanye just proved that being independent is very, very possible, and to, like, do your own thing and still have a lot of success in terms of sales, whatever, right? But he didn't sue UMG.
Yeah, I just think the whole business.
He just said he loves
suing the actual label that's been promoting.
He just said he loves, yeah.
It's not the way to go, bro.
Yeah, Kanye just said he likes the funny mustache man.
Yeah.
But he's called out these people. Could we say Kanye just never had the balls or never had maybe the proof to maybe try to sue them, but maybe will want to? Because how Kanye ain't talked about these people. They do shiesty shit all the time.
Yeah, because Kanye didn't directly go at UMG, but
he tried to go at specific people.
He still was naming Lucien and certain things. Yeah. Like, they probably don't fuck with Kanye at all. So, like, they're not going to help in any type of way. I feel like they was even, like, blocking certain, like,
venues.
What you're saying, they were blocking, like, he was trying to get featured. He was trying to do something. They said they was blocking shit and kind of like shicey shit to Kanye.
At one point, he couldn't get booked anywhere either. Like, no one would book him at venues and shit, right? Venues wouldn't.
Nobody would publish his album. They were trying to find people to publish his album.
Like, he had someone publishing his album, and then they dropped him. So I don't know who he's going through now. Kelvin had a bunch of stuff. I saw something. He's like, "Why aren't you reading what I'm saying?"
What did he say?
Yeah, they're saying Kelvin's just like.
Sorry, Kelvin. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, just shit off, Kelvin. What do you? If Drake called a pedo on Family Matters, do you think he would have won the beef? Since this is a battle of lies.
No,
because
he doesn't have the.
It's not a parallel there.
I get why the Drake thing works, because there's instances where you could point to. That's why it works. Like, people will point to Millie Bobby Brown. They'll point to the stage thing, the girl on stage. They'll point to that. They'll point to, like, all these situations.
It's been a Twitter conversation.
Yeah, it's been a conversation that's been happening for a long time.
There's been a conversation.
Like, a lot of the stuff that Kendrick brought up in the beef, I would say 80 to 90% of it were all things that were being discussed online, and that was smart for him because that was a smart play. But it wouldn't work against Kendrick because there's nothing there. There's not like Difran said, like, there's nothing there, right?
Yeah,
people were predicting that Kendrick would go with this angle. People were saying, "Oh, I bet he's gonna come with this. He's gonna call Drake not exactly a pedophile, but he's gonna bring up Millie Bobby Brown. He's gonna bring up this, right?" And people were expecting Kendrick to come with those angles before he even dropped. So,
and even with the woman beating things, I think that might have hit a lot more, but Kendrick stepped on it. Kendrick stepped on it.
Whole point of Meet the Grams, right? Meet the Grams did that beautifully, man. He crafted, that was his whole plan. He knew Drake was gonna come with these domestic abuse shit, right? Mm-hmm. And what's the best way? Like, how could I get ahead of this? Like, the best way to step on it is how he did. Like, literally drop a record right after Family Matters. Like, the minute it comes out, he's got it ready. He's got it ready, right?
Versus like waiting 2 weeks, waiting a week and letting that song run.
No, because if he let Family Matters run.
No, I'm saying, like, how big of a difference that would have been. Like, that would have been way more damaging versus stepping on it immediately. Like,
100%, because if he let Family Matters play, well, Kendrick, people would have set an expectation on Kendrick to address the allegations. Like, we want you to talk about this in your next record. You're gonna have the rebuttal, Drake. You're gonna have to come back with something about this Whitney situation, about this Dave situation. But because he immediately dropped it within an hour or whatever it was, and it wasn't like an upbeat, happy record. It was the perfect type of record to suck the life out of Family Matters, because he knew that Drake was going to come with a record like that. I think he predicted the back-to-back style record from Drake, and he knew that, you know.
I hate that take right there too. Hip hop always used to have a message. There's always been party records, fucking. There's shit with the message. There's party records. There's love songs. There's like hip hop wasn't always just message. No, that's not what the fuck it was. Like, why do people always say that?
Maybe in the 80s.
Steve Stout said it perfectly on Joe Budden podcast, and they were talking about, we wish the thing was like, he's like, no, the fuck y'all don't, because that wasn't the shit that was selling. And this is Steve Stout, record executive, whatever the fuck he was. I don't know where he was at, but he said that ain't what the fuck y'all wanted. Oh, we want lyrical shit. He said that ain't the shit that was selling. So they always act like hip hop is only messaging and this. It's not. That's a portion of it, but that's not all it is.
There's a balance needed, I think, right?
Like 50 Cent isn't just messaging, and he has a great message and this and that. Ludacris and T, they're just great messages. Now they're talking about stories of their life in the streets, but like, come on, cut the fucking bullshit.
Well, what's the dirt was saying? It needs balance. That's why I love hip hop so much. You can have so much different things. And what I was saying before, it's different leaders. Like 2006, Yup in My White Tee, the Crank That Soldier Boy, like dance hip hop was kind of running shit, and it was a great era.
Lil Jon and the East Side Boys,
like, and you get different like people like trap music ran 2015 to 18 or whatever, still maybe like it. So it's like, and it's fun. It's in a good time, and I'm sure it's gonna get back to a point where we focus more on lyrics, but it's a space for everything.
Yeah, I think just in the 90s, it was more like the focus on lyricism was a lot more prevalent, right? Than it was as it entered into the 2000s and started to like head towards, I don't want to say Atlanta, but you know,
lyricism, but not so much the message, because they were still talking about pimping and all this other type of shit.
Like Snoop Dogg wasn't in there like fight the power, brother. Bitches ain't shit, but hoes and tricks. Like, what are we talking about?
The lyricism was there, but the message has always been all over the place. So, and it's just, I mean, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, I think that's what makes hip hop so great. It's just a melting pot of different types of music, and we're a really accepting culture. So, you got white rappers, you got Hispanic rappers, you got black rappers. I think it's just all beautiful. And I don't think any other genre is like hip hop. So
there isn't any. It's very unique, special genre. The core of hip hop is lyrical content having a message. It's an art form for people who represent the culture to express themselves.
Yeah, but everybody in the culture of hip hop isn't just here to express them. They're here to have fun. They're here to party. They're talking about the barbecues. It's like, it ain't just to do like whatever y'all consider a message.
Conscious music.
Yeah, everybody's not a monolith.
Everybody's not just conscious music. It's like, what are they? The 2 Live Crew fighting the Supreme Court for the lyrics? They wasn't fucking. What message was they preaching? Like, let's just stop that. Like, I get that's the core of it. That's where it started. But even the people who started, they was partying.
It was based on dance.
It started out actually like MCing really started out as who could rock the party the most. Yeah. Really, at the end of the day, that's like bod with the bod, dang the dang, like, you know, like who could get people dancing.
The hip, the hop, the hibbit to the hibbit to the hip.
Yeah, break dancing and all that stuff.
Like, come on, bro, get the fuck out of here. I get what people respect the most in hip hop. I get that, but like to act like that's what it, like that's the, like, cut it out.
That's all that should matter in hip hop. Yeah.
This person said Rapper's Delight was a party song and one of exactly. Yeah, no, it definitely was. It was the first big radio record, I think, ever.
See, what Will Bell said, even Jeezy has message, but the true hip hop, whatever the fuck people, they wouldn't consider that a message like type.
Well, like they're talking about,
they wouldn't put him in that conversation.
They're probably talking about like KRS-One then, or someone like that, right?
Rakim. Yeah.
Rakim, but he came
Wu-Tang.
That's the thing. Like Atlanta was pretty huge and has been pretty huge for a very, very long time, and there hasn't really been many lyrical artists from Atlanta. outside of maybe 3 Stacks and
21 Savage.
21
But it's like historically Atlanta's known to be like more of like the trap music, you know what I'm saying? So it's not meant to be conscious. It's not conscious rap.
I mean, that's what people thinks, but
yeah, that's more so New York, if anything, or just the East Coast in general.
What I don't like about the whole conversation is like if you're not like obsessed with conscious hip hop, which I love the shit, but I'm just saying if you're not in that bag, you don't like these specific artists, you're not part of the culture. Like if you like this, you're not part of the culture. Like you're that's very divisive. Like that's very divisive to me.
It's very divisive in a genre that's very inclusive.
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
Killer Mike, yeah.
Shout out to Killer Mike, yeah.
That's the one
I think
thing.
I think DJ Head said this perfectly, right? He said he talked to, and everybody respects DJ Head, especially if y'all are like little Kendrick fans in here. He was talking about how him and Bootleg Kev were having a conversation about hip hop. And Bootleg Kev was like, you ain't listen to KRS Run, Rakim, and like all the old school like type shit. And DJ Head was like, no, like I live, like I am hip, like I live this shit. Like I don't have to be the fucking historian or all this type of shit. Like, oh, I gotta know every KRS One song. Nigga, I live in this shit. Like I am this shit. Like you ain't gonna tell. Like I said, these people who are talking about, oh, no, this is like you're saying they grade you on the hip hop level. The people that live in certain areas, like with 21 Savage, when they say they don't listen to shit like Drake, they wasn't jamming Kendrick, I'm sure. They're listening to fucking Gucci and this and that. Like that's they shit. And that's what a lot of people's shit is.
Like
a lot of people's shit ain't the conscious shit.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep saying the conscious shit is good. There's great artists that do that, but that isn't at least in 2020, whatever we're in right now, besides Kendrick Lamar, obviously. But even his last album was more like, we chilling and whatever.
I love
that song.
I don't like the narrative that it's not conscious just because it's not fitting what you're talking about. When you talk about a product of your environment, where you're coming from, what you've seen, the stories that you've been through, like that is consciousness. Being able to put out what you went through on paper is consciousness. Like that's why I just get kind of upset because it's like not what people want, but like Future has a lot of conscious reflective stuff. It's just like always talking about relationships. Well, I think everyone goes through relationship shit. So it's like it's not talking about the social issues of the world. It's like, but relationships is the social issue of the world.
That's why when I listen to people like Torre. I listen to Torre in them on the Rap Latte pod. They were talking about Drake, and it's like he never talks about anything, right?
That's not true.
I feel like relationships is a big part of life. Like even though it's some of his personal relationships, but I think relationships is a big part of the world. Like I wouldn't say that fucking R&B singers ain't singing about shit because they singing about relationships. It's like I don't understand that narrative. Like, what do y'all? They were saying they want like, what's his political? Like, what do we really want to hear Drake talk about political, socioeconomic shit? Like, at least I don't look at Drake as I don't look at Future. Future ain't give me no political, socioeconomic.
I wouldn't mind it right now, honestly.
I was like, if we want to balance, let's keep a balance. We have rappers that do that, so let those rappers that do that, they do that. Drake do what he do, Future do what he do, Meek Mill do what he do, J. Cole do what he do, Kendrick do what he do. Like,
I mean, my boy Drake said, nigga making laws that don't get pussy, like making women, he talking about some social shit.
He talked about abortion.
That's why I respect Kanye so much because he kind of does a lot of everything,
No, Kanye definitely. That's what I was gonna say. Like that's the beautiful thing about I think a lot of artists from since like 2005, 2000, maybe 10, they was able to do everything. Love, the turn up shit, the introspective shit. Yeah. Sometimes they have a little conscious shit. Like
what I'll say about Drake though is he did that a lot when he came in, and that's like how he came in with So Far Gone, right? And the premise behind that, and then obviously all the albums, like up until Nothing Was the Same, was you heard him spitting about a lot about his relationship issues. The chick from Hooters on P Street. You don't really see him doing that so much now. If he's talking about relationships, is in an R&B record. I could be getting this wrong, but I can't think of the last record where Drake really went
Her Loss,
like crazy deep, in terms of him like barring out or like spitting, right?
Oh well,
the shit on the Scary Hours edition, he was like on Red Button on those he was rapping.
I like 7 a.m. on Bridal Path. I like it's a timestamp record, but he's addressing.
I don't know if he's talking about us beef stuff either.
But Drake is not the same person as he was in 2013 either, right?
Definitely not. Yeah.
You know, he's a fucking
You
billionaire
see,
now.
both teams. You just compare Driz to an R&B singer. It's like that entire context that I put out there just completely like left your brain. They said Drake doesn't talk about anything. I say he talks about relationships. We would not say that R&B singers don't talk about anything because they talk about love.
Right.
That's the point. It's not to say Drake. And Drake is R&B. Like I'm not gonna. Drake's not an R&B nigga. He do R&B shit. He does do R&B shit. Like that's not a fucking.
Like, are you calling Drake R&B
shot?
singer?
But it's like. Anyway,
most rappers do a little R&B, have a little bit of R&B in them. Almost.
Most of the top rappers are gonna have melodic records where they talk about women.
Yeah. Facts.
And even like I said, when I watch all these people, like I don't want to bring up your people, but I watch the Torres and the Company Man guys and all this, and they talk about Drake, right? And they say these things like, we don't know anything about Drake.
I don't fuck with him either.
I gotta get this out.
We get it. I didn't even try to make this. I'm just saying, like when I listen to these guys talk.
I've never said this before. I had a chance to say this. I have nothing against the Company Man whatsoever. Like we had our little thing. I apologize. I have zero issues with Company Man. Zero. Do his thing.
I just personally, I don't really like the holier than thou commentators, bro. It's like we get it. Like you're very well informed. He's not dumb. Like he's very smart.
He is. But I watch a lot of his content, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it's like I personally, I'm in it for like.
Bryce want to go crazy.
You can have the factual shit. You could have the journalistic integrity and all that. That's cool. Shout out to Elliott Wilson. Like I respect it. But nowadays, everything is personality based. I don't really care much about. Oh, he had the facts on this. He had like people don't really care about that. Everything is personality. Do you have personality? Are you entertaining? People like act.
I do like the facts. So I do like when they get to the facts.
No, the facts to a certain yeah, that's important. But it's like if that's all your entire channel is based. Oh, these are the facts. So like you're a journalist. Like it's not really entertaining.
But my point of bringing it up is when I hear a lot of these guys speak about Drake and they say, "Oh, we don't know nothing about his family." It's probably like, "Oh, so." What y'all are telling us, and these are like the so-called journalists, y'all don't actually listen to Drake's albums. Because when you listen to people talk about Drake's music, and I see even people like FD Signifier, and they say their favorite Drake song is Hotline Bling, I'm like, okay, well, I can't really have a conversation with you about Drake. Your favorite track is Hotline Bling, bro. What are we having a conversation about?
That's insane.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? Like I listened to Ray. He was like, Ray was like, oh, I like Nice for What? And I was like, oh, what are we having? Because those songs are the Drake songs I don't even like that much. All the shit that's number one, like those ain't even my favorite fucking Drake songs. So it's like,
yeah, that's true.
When you hear people talk about that, oh, he never talked about family. He never talked about this. Like, oh, y'all just don't listen to the album. That's cool.
Yeah, we did a top 30 Drake stream, right, Bryce? Like we did a top 30 Drake stream, and but our top 10s were pretty much like B-side, C-side records, but they're great records. Some of the best Drake records ever. So
I think there's room for all these different perspectives on shit, right? Like there's a different pocket of commentators for this and different for this. It's just kind of skewed. Like it seems like it's like a thing to hate Drake, which I've tried my best not to do until this lawsuit. And I'm not fucking hating. I'm just saying my piece on it, right? It's pretty disheartening to see.
I respect it. I don't take stuff too seriously, and I can't knock anybody for doing it, but I just think this just adds to just the oligarchy of whatever you want to say, the power of Drake, bro. He is the Cowboys. He is LeBron James. He is Floyd Mayweather. And the hate just fuels him. And you got to think, maybe he leans into the villain role even more. Who knows how that could play out as far as, some of the things in music and
I
stuff
do
like
want to see
that.
Drake. I want to see Roman Reigns Drake, bro.
Yeah, and
I think it would be good to get like a really more introspective album from Drake for his next one though, where he talks about the beef. First of all, I don't even know when we're gonna get music from Drake next. Like we're supposed to get the party album. I don't think the party album's coming for a while because of all this shit, right? It wouldn't. Do you think UMG's still gonna put it out? Like, I don't.
I think his plan is he's probably gonna keep something like that in the vault until whatever he gets out of this. People are saying he might get 1.4, 1.5 billion because it's like all of the damages, punitive damages, potential to all the damages. I don't know what number that could be, but I think his thinking is he'll probably go independent. drop the collab project and then maybe drop a solo project. He was talking about a solo project. I think P&D was talking about a solo project as well. So,
and it just depends on how if they keep pushing the date back. If they don't push the date back, it'll take like a week for litigation. Like for them to kind of go through that full process of hearing everything out, like you know what I mean. So once we get a final verdict, whether he's just getting thrown out, so I think that's when we might start to maybe come up with a timeline to where he's at. But it just depends on when that date's going to be solid. Is it still this month?
I'm not sure. I think he's going on tour around the Super Bowl time, so that's like February. What? Somewhere in
February, like 10, 11, 12. It's
like the week of the Super Bowl and the Grammys.
It's like the Grammys is the second, and the Super Bowl, I believe, is whatever the week. So maybe like the 9th, maybe
9th or 10th. So I think that's when he's starting the Australian tour, and I think he has like 6 or 7 dates. So he'll be in the whole other side of the world. So maybe when he gets back, probably I think that's when it'll start. So maybe like
Rob the God. No, sorry. Rob the God said, "I want one of you to admit Drake is a groomer." Here's my thing.
There's no proof.
What like how could you say he's a give me an example, because I know there's these weird things, whatever, but give me an example of Drake like meeting a young girl that you know for a fact that he fucked after. Give me
from what I've seen, he only actually dates older women, from what I've seen.
Is there any women that you know
I think Hailey Bieber is the only woman I've seen Drake know when she was underage that he dated after she was of age.
He did date? Yeah, okay.
Well, that's what they say. I see a lot of people bring up Hailey Bieber.
And maybe Kylie, but I don't know what's the real relationship.
That's even a rumor, though. Like, the Kylie shit is...
But that's Kylie Jenner. He's living in LA in the industry. She's going to be around, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think...
But from what I've seen, like, publicly, he's only really been with older women. He's been with Serena. He's been with, there's, like, J-Lo. It's been mostly, like, older women as well. So it's not just, like, 17-year-olds. Like, it's not just... Even if that was true, like, it's like...
Rose said grooming isn't directly sexual. Like, how would it be? Like, what would it... Like, what is he grooming her for, then? Like, what is he... Like, he meets her when she's younger... Like, what do you mean? How is it not sexual? Isn't that what
I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of see why Drake is suing now, because this shit is ridiculous, bro. This shit is fucking ridiculous. Like, where is the context, bro? There is no... People are just saying shit with no proof at all. But if we say something like this about Jay-Z, it's like...
He was with Georgia when she was...
Bro, I've been trying to hold this shit back.
He was with Georgia when she was 19 and he was 30. 19 and 30. Like, I wouldn't be probably 30 plus dating a 19-year-old, but that's not...
That's illegal. Like,
Bryce said, I don't see myself like...
This gets so tiring, bro. Like...
Someone said he was with Georgia Smith when she was 19. He's 30. So
I'm saying, like,
every fucking...
So was Jay-Z with Beyonce.
That's what I'm about to say.
There's multiple ones with Jay-Z that's out there, that's public.
Even outside of Jay.
Bro. Every musician is fucking like 19, 20-year-olds when they're crazy celeb. They're all doing that, bro.
You think Kendrick Lamar was fucking the white girls in Stockholm that he wasn't fucking 19-year-olds?
Bella Harris, okay, there's a picture of them together, but how
Bella Harris is, if you actually just Google Bella Harris, she said that's a lie.
Yeah,
she said we didn't go to dinner. She said I was in New York when y'all are talking about I was there. Y'all could just Google the fucking shit.
And then Bella Harris's father is close with Drake anyways. Like,
yeah, Jimmy Jam is her dad is Jimmy Jam.
Oh, yeah.
No, I know. Like, I think that there's some like weird things, but people are like, your question was, I want you guys to admit Drake is a groomer. Like, how? Like, what evidence do I have? Do any of us have to base that on? Like, give one example of a girl that he has been fucking.
And to call somebody a groomer, you need, or a pedo, or not a pedo, a groomer, I feel like you need at least more than one example, or a solid case of one example.
That's the thing. People don't know what it is. Is it grooming? Is it he's a pedo? Like, it's people just are just saying shit.
Because
now Tiger was definitely probably fucking.
That was obvious. The nigga made a song.
As soon as she hit 18, he was dating.
He went out with
I thought he was dating.
He made a song called Ice Cream Man,
but they weren't like out in public. Like, it was just like, we're friends. Like, nigga, you ain't friends, alright? Shut the fuck up.
He made a
That's
song
fine.
called Ice Cream Man. Like that was it's pretty obvious. Like that's
Yeah, that's what I don't like about. Like, I think what Drake wouldn't like about it. There's other real groomers and music, and y'all trying to throw that on me when it's people y'all love. They got stories about being
that are respected in the culture. That's like
R. Kelly was fucking Aaliyah. Yeah, well, she was like 15 or
Yeah, she
something.
was
wasn't
15 when they
she?
got married.
Like, I haven't seen anyone come with any.
See, people just say stupid
reason-
shit. What OVO for? But women beater doesn't. Just by your name, we already know what type of time you on. but women beater. Who said? I didn't even say Kendrick was a woman beater. That Drake got to prove that. Drake got to find the chicks in the whatever. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to mention another one. People that don't fuck with you. What's the dirt? But I was, because I watch everything. I was watching the chick. What's her name? The Moni. Chilling with Moni. I was watching her video, and she kind of made some sense. She was talking about the chick that they got in the security video for Kendrick, the white girl who said she saw it.
yeah.
She kind of broke it down. This woman worked at the Bunny Ranch. The Bunny Ranch 6 hours away from Vegas. How was she able to? Because she did, like, that was a good. Like, did she fly there?
but, yeah, but she
Okay, well,
didn't
you break it down because that made sense when she said it to me. Okay,
Look,
well, you
I've been
correct
trying
me.
to find this chick forever, by the way. Like, I'm still not done trying to find this chick. But
She's the missing link.
the Bunny Ranch is a place where she would stay at for like 2 weeks at a time.
Mhm.
The Bunny Ranch, she sleeps there. She might be from wherever. Like, yeah, the Vegas thing is outside, but she sleeps at the Bunny Ranch. You know what I mean? So that's her place of work, that she goes there for like a 2-week shift or whatever, and then she goes home.
Mhm.
That's what she didn't include, right?
Mm.
So, like, yes, it's an hour outside of Vegas or whatever it is, but she worked, she did both. Like, she had a job, like the Bunny Ranch. This chick who became at the Bunny Ranch, she was a fan of the Bunny Ranch. She was like wanting to be in there. I saw on
She
forum.
wanted to be a whore.
She wanted to be part of the Bunny Ranch for a long time. She was part of their community on the forums and going there as a local. And then finally they let her be part of it. But she lived in Vegas where she worked, probably security, whatever. And she was at the Bunny Ranch as like every other week she would do whatever she does, fuck people for a week.
Also, Bunny Ranch is also like almost like a job.
It's a
in
whorehouse.
itself.
It's
It's not even so much a house. It's not even somewhere she stay at so much. It's like
she'll go there for a week, because I would see people be like, oh, when is she back? And she's like, I'll be back in like this date or whatever. I'm there for 2 weeks. So she had regular jobs before that and stuff. She had regular, you know what I mean? Like, and just because she made this statement while she was working at the Bunny Ranch, that doesn't mean that she wasn't working security on May 3rd at that time. Just because she was at the Bunny Ranch don't mean she was there her whole life.
Yes, and especially with gig work, if you're connected to people, they're gonna call you when it's like big money coming in. Like, say, hey, you're gonna be able to work this amount of days, and you're gonna probably be able to bring in 5K, 8K off tips or whatever you're doing. Who knows? Vegas money is crazy. So when you got gig work, like it's just like strippers, just like, hey, it's the All-Star Week in Texas. Or Houston, all the strippers from Atlanta, New York, they all come out here. So when there's big events in Vegas, like it almost makes sense that like if she's connected out there, that she's gonna do extensive work from time to time when there's big events. Like,
yeah, no,
that's
like,
kind of
I don't know why people don't realize that she could have been working security before she had a job at the Bunny Ranch. Just because in that video where she made this statement, she was at the Bunny Ranch, that don't mean that she's always been there. You know what I mean?
I wipe my ass, sir.
That's crazy.
I wipe my ass real good.
I just had to show that. That was funny.
Yeah, just keep pulling up the chat, because I see people in the chat. They don't want to read this one.
No, we see all of it. It's just
it's going. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not in the chat to go to Difran. There's guys out there who believe Kendrick beats his wife because of Drake, but of course you guys focus on pedo allegations being damaging. It's like an objective fact. It's an objective fact that being a pedophile in most people's minds is worse than putting your hands on your wife.
That's a fact. Yeah.
I think it's even. But
Chris Brown still has a career.
You know what I'm saying?
That's just me.
No, you're saying anybody morally can feel how it feels, but I can guarantee you, if I said, "Hey, I'm about to put you out into the world, I'm gonna label you as this or this. You have to choose when I'm gonna kill somebody in your family." Most people probably choose, all right, I'll take the woman beating thing. I don't want to be labeled as a pedophile.
I think we all know someone like.
Hold on, Hassan.
I think we all know someone.
It's more common though. It is more
that
common.
might have put their hands on their girl.
Yeah, for sure.
Like we all know someone that's
even if
done
it's just like a
right?
slap or whatever. It don't gotta be
like whatever they catch a.
Who you niggas hang around now? If you don't listen.
Hold on, Hassan Campbell.
I don't know though.
More common.
Campbell was on academics. He said,
"No, I've seen."
He said, I know at least 2 niggas in here that's fucking children. He's like, hold on, nigga. I don't know who you with.
No, it's like just being.
It's an academics clip with Hassan Campbell. You got to see
throughout life, being 35 and like just doing all the partying and all the stuff that I've done. Of course, there's been people around who have done stupid shit like that when they're drunk. But pedophiles, no, completely different.
I get it. I definitely see.
I'm not saying one is better than the other, but
no, I understand it because
I understand. No one is not. They're both deplorable human beings. But if you like, we know people. 2 people that we went to high school with. One dude, he's in jail for 99 years. I ain't gonna say his name, but he's 99 years because he assaulted his own daughter. He's a piece of shit. Another girl that we went to school with, she was taking inappropriate pictures of her fucking 12-month-old trying to sell them. She's in prison for 18 years. If we saw a nigga beat on his girl, he got sent to prison, we'd be like, damn, he a hoe ass nigga for beating his wife. But he can still come out society, he probably get a job, and he can get a job again and live life. Pedophiles, you ain't get no job. You fried. You could.
Yeah, you're done.
And there's some, and what's crazy about it, there is some circumstances where you can justify some type of domestic violence where like somebody might have said something in a certain way that sparked something, or somebody got caught cheating. No, I'm just saying, and it caused the rage. Like people that got off, like as far as like rage and stuff like that, versus like pedo stuff. Is like there's no justifying any type of that. Versus there is some cases of domestic violence where you was like, I understand how it happened.
The circumstance, whatever. But if you're a pedophile, you're just sick in the head.
Yeah, there's nothing to. I get it.
There's nothing to fix you.
Pull up one of Rose's comments because she keeps saying something. We're skipping her. What did she say? Or maybe a guy. I don't fucking know.
Lahana Lulu.
Even that Sierra parking lot looking like Magic City parking lot. Them games was popping. The hose was out there. Look at the dude, Ace Bailey. Mama was there. She was looking crazy. Drake took her to Dodger Stadium. Like, come on, see, niggas.
But you know what they're saying, what they're trying to imply when they.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. They're talking about
Teenage Fever.
They're saying I reach, even Teenage Fever. Like we're talking about we're fucking kids. Like they say I reach when I said the Jewish colonizer thing. When I brought up historical context to bring that into what was going on, like I don't believe that. But if we're gonna think that everything Kendrick's lyrics are these well thought out history lessons, then let's bring up the history. But yeah.
So
is it weird for a 17-year-old turning 18 to date a 22-year-old at Wasserberg?
No.
Not a few years difference? I don't think so.
I mean, it's not the same. Like if we're gonna
because those
same, then you're just delusional.
17 and 22 could be in college together. I was 17 in college.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, hold on. Georgia Smith is 27. How old would she have been in 2016?
So what, 9 years ago?
So she'd have been 18?
18, depending on when her birthday was. What month? Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they keep saying he met Georgia under his age, it says Drake first discovered Georgia Smith in 2016 and DM'd her about her music. So she was 18.
What month in 2016?
No, it doesn't say what month. It just
but even 17, technically, that could be legal.
It was in okay. Well, no, that says January.
Technically, I wouldn't be talking to a 17-year-old, but
yeah, I mean, yeah,
she was 18, 19. So that's one. Okay, you said Georgia. According to this, I don't know what fucking research Rob the God's done on it, but she was of age, so that's not a grooming thing. Bella Harris, y'all keep saying that one. Like I said, just use Google. You can just say Bella Harris Drake rumor. You'll see her from people.com, People Magazine, one of the biggest magazines. Me and Drake never dated each other. Y'all will see that. So that'll be gone. Really, Bobby Brown, although the text message, like I said, I wouldn't text 13-year-old.
And they were so quick to come out in the era when it's Me Too, and people will easily believe you if they did come out at this time. If Bella was feeling like I need to be silenced because Drake is so powerful, if there was any time to come out, it would have been during that time. But they were so quick to do the opposite, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I personally don't believe Drake's a pedophile. Personally,
I don't
think he is, and I think that's why he's pursuing this in the way he is to an extent. Right? He wants to clear his name. I just think the lawsuit looks crazy. Use the
The
treadmill.
lawsuit definitely.
Crazy. I just bought a treadmill today, bro.
They probably talking about me.
Hours to put together.
No, the lawsuit definitely. It's just the intricate parts, like naming other YouTubers to justify it. It's like naming lyrics. I get it. That's what you do. That's what the lawyer would advise Drake to do, or his team would advise Drake to do. But optically,
I think if I was to Google Drake and Georgia at her 16th birthday party, that would like instantly pop up.
What about SZA? What you not
See, and that's the thing. Like, I ignore and don't have those kind of conversations, but there's a lot of those constant Drake's this, Drake's that, Drake's this, Drake's that. It's like, yeah, it gets to a certain point, bro.
So you say if you wouldn't do it, then so shouldn't Drake. I'm not Drake, right? I'm not that nigga. I'm not him. That's like saying if these two famous, like Jay-Z shouldn't have been picking up Foxy Brown at 15 to go do music. I'm sure him and Foxy
You
Brown.
can't say that though. It's Jay-Z. He's respected. That's
I'm, saying, like, I'm not trying to do the comparison. I'm just saying like it's like
you can't disrespect the GOAT, bro.
Yeah.
Rock
That's
Nation,
the
bro.
point, man. Like all these DJs and shit be producers be working with younger artists. Like, I don't know. But
I mean, the Jay-Z and Rihanna shit was weird.
I find it weird. Millie Brown, I found it weird because what type of ties did she have to Drake whatsoever? Like what? I know he liked the show or whatever, right? That's kind of what people say, but
yeah.
That would
I mean,
be the closest
she's not
example people could
she's not a musical artist. Like I don't know.
I mean, they're both actors.
Yeah,
I mean, one thing we know about Drake is a hype beast. 11 was the biggest fucking thing in the world at that time when Stranger Things first came out. So I wouldn't be surprised if a nigga like Drake was like overly like, oh my god, dude, it's fucking 11 from Stranger Things. I love that show. Like I wouldn't be surprised by that from a nigga like Drake.
They all in the industry.
Apparently, he's a huge fan of the show. Is what I've heard before, but I don't know.
But even that, I think I don't like saying shit like people are stupid or whatever because maybe that just comes off like whatever. But it's like I don't understand that. Like everything you've said, we've had discussion about, like because you don't agree with it. That's glazing. Nah, Drake's a pedophile ass bitch. He's fucking 13-year-olds right now. And the man's like, what do you want us to say?
Yeah, I mean, like if there was actual full on proof that Drake is a groomer, like if someone would say, here we know he's spent a long time with this underage girl in particular, and we know for a fact that they dated and he was fucking her, and he spent so much time talking to her and whatever, and now he's fucking her. If there's a full concrete proof of that, then maybe I would say, yeah, Drake could probably be a groomer. But I just don't know of any. I don't know of any where there's actual proof of it.
I guess what Kendrick fans are trying to like look for is maybe video proof. I don't know what other proof they would need at that point because it's like you're just
R. Kelly pissed on little girl and Jay-Z went on tour with the nigga 2 years later.
And there was video proof of that. And people still, Jay-Z still doing music with him, still went on tour with him.
I think
can't say shit about Jay-Z though.
Yeah,
I'll give y'all Hailey Bieber because they said that Hailey Bieber they met when they was younger and then Drake started fucking with her. I'll give y'all that one.
There was a video of I guess Hailey Bieber and Drake at a party too back then. But
I'll give y'all that one.
I get what they're saying because where there's smoke, there could be fire, right? Like
absolutely,
there's a lot of really weird shit. But for me to, or any of us to really just be like, yeah, he's 100% a groomer, 100% pedophile. I just can't put that on his jacket without actual proof of it, right? And it's exactly like Kendrick. I can never put it on his jacket that he hit Whitney or any of that stuff because there's no proof of it.
Yeah.
Because this is why you can't have these conversations because like we're having like good faith conversation, right? And they want to watch us. Like, see, y'all doing weird shit. Y'all talking about weird shit. But I get it, social media chat. Niggas gonna do weird shit. They don't want to ask.
To the chat, Difran. Not everyone's gonna agree with you, man.
It's like, dude, y'all niggas want to have a serious conversation that we want to book. We can bullshit. All right, let's bullshit. Fuck it, let's bullshit.
There was an old video,
man. It's a chat, right?
We can bullshit. We can bullshit.
Of, Drake with Hailey Baldwin. She's 20.
I just know.
But see, even like people going to this type shit, I just know that if a 30-year-old man was messing your daughter, if my daughter's 18 and 30-year-old man was messing her, I wouldn't like that. But also, one, I'm not Drake daddy. I'm not Drake's friend. I listen to the nigga music. That's it. I don't know him. I ain't talked to him. I ain't spoke to him. I listen to music. The same way people still listen to R. Kelly music and he in prison, That's it is what it is. Tupac,
I
I
wouldn't
don't know
care.
the details of it, but Tupac went to jail for sodomizing somebody. Niggas still love Tupac. So it's like, you know,
I don't
Dr.
care
Dre was
about the
beating on Miss
age.
LA. Niggas still fuck with what's the name? Jay-Z met Beyonce when she was in Destiny's Child. Niggas still love Jay-Z.
What's
If
this?
somebody was 30, if my daughter was 20 and she talks to somebody that was 30, it matters about the character more than it matters about the person. Because it could be a 20-year-old fuckboy. It could be a streamer gonna get her pregnant early, got other bitches that she ain't got pregnant. It don't matter about the age versus a 30-year-old got a career. He actually like my girlfriend. He really my girlfriend, my daughter, he really want to marry her. Like, it's a complete difference. It's not about age. She can have a bunch of boyfriends that's all 21 and they treat her like shit. It's not about age. Like, especially in history, bro. Like, when you graduated from college, like, a lot of times it'd be an older dude that'll come in and try to, because you gotta think, if you're gonna take your daughter out of her father's household, it needs to go to somewhere stable. She wasn't just gonna give it to a guy that was unstable. He wasn't just going to grant his daughter to somebody unstable. So it's going to be somebody a little bit older. Most likely not somebody that was her peer. So that's just.
But the thing is, man.
I get what you're saying, but
Nah.
how I want it to be. That's how I want it.
I know. I get it. I hear you guys, but like I said, it's.
But that's the people that it's always the people you don't expect that you're going to trust with your daughter or whoever. That's
very true. Yeah.
That ends up being the people that you're shocked, like whether it be a friend of your family that you trust your daughter or whoever with, and then it finds out that they were doing this whole time, right? I mean, we've seen that story a million times where the abuser is close to the family. So I don't know if that's really the best argument, you know?
For me or for the chat?
Yeah, like you were saying that you wouldn't allow your daughter to go with anyone that you totally trusted, right? But the trusted people are a lot of times the people that are the abusers. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just going off purely basing it off age. I'm going based off the character, like, and judging it as best as you can. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you're just judging off age, it's not a great way of judging it. And even if you try to judge it through like the character, like, is this person a Christian or is this person going to school? Like, then they could be doing completely other things that is not, productive for my daughter just because they have these certain things that they're doing. So I get that you just can't go blind faith on certain things that they have on surface level. But I'm just saying that age is a surface level thing. Like, oh, she's dating someone that's 20. It's like, oh, that's fine. But it's like, well, what else about it? Does he have work ethic? Is he going to college? Like,
I think the issue with the Millie Bobby Brown shit too is like a lot of times the childhood actors are the ones that get subjected to this abuse and shit, right? We've seen that a lot too, like the childhood actors. So I think people like to try.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Tie that into it too, and where people of power and influence will be the ones that do it in that sector, right?
And they're older and successful, so I see why that was getting tied into that.
How many childhood actors do you see get totally fucked up and they're just like they're really messed up when they're they get up in age?
Macaulay Culkin.
So I think people look at that type of shit too, right?
Yeah. And I think a lot of that's why I said for Drake, the amount of groomers and people that actually doing nasty shit, and y'all throwing me in there, and I might not be doing that. Like,
which is why
that's just kind of wild. Like, you got Diddy really out there, you got Weinstein, you got Epstein, you got plenty of other people that's been doing weird shit in Hollywood, but y'all want to come at me.
Yeah, no, I mean, if someone was calling me a pedophile and I wasn't that, I would definitely, that's not something you want on your jacket, bro.
Especially when you come in Hollywood, because there's so many people. Once you get that kind of tied to you, bro, it's a lot of people believe it nowadays. People believe Hollywood's weird nowadays. It's not like people just think that's a conspiracy theory that people do weird shit in Hollywood anymore. People start to believe that shit now. Like back in 2000s, if you said people was doing a bunch of like drinking blood, worshiping the devil, people would call you crazy. If you said Brad Pitt worshiped the devil or some shit like that. Now you was like, oh, probably.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get put into that. Oh yeah, he's one of those people that be having people in dungeons. Like, you don't want. It's a nasty thing. You'll be Hillary Clinton. She started dressing it That's a presidential candidate addressed that on a stage. Like once they get around your name, bro, that shit don't come off.
No, that's I could get trying to clear his name in that regard for sure.
Rob the God, he just saying shit. He just keeps saying shit like
no.
Keeps talking about Bella Harris, brother. Like I'm sure you're online. You are online right now. You can literally just use Google and look up Bella Harris Drake and see that she says not true. Even though he just said Jimmy Jam was mad at Drake. Jimmy Jam is talking about Drake. Like that's not even. There's nowhere that says that. Unless, like I said, I'm open to being wrong.
That's what the chat was
saying.
saying.
Me where Jimmy Jam specifically speaks about Drake and his daughter and being upset. Send me an article. Send me a video clip.
I feel like they're making stuff up.
Send it to me. I am open to being wrong.
You know what's funny? How quick? Because like Jay-Z, like I'm not a big fan of Jay-Z. I think he worships the devil and all this other stuff. But people are so quick to defend him and how the Tony Buxby and this is insane that they even try him. Like they was ready to dismiss the victim that was saying that this happened to her. They were trying to find. Oh, there's no gas station. There's no way. There's no mansions in this area. They're doing everything. Versus now, it's like with Drake. It's like it's just.
Look, he said, "So can you." I did, and there's nothing there.
All
I saw was an article saying Jimmy Jam steps into the IG streets to defend Drake, which is a post where Isaac Hayes made a long post like. All these rappers, they all trying to defend Drake's career. Now, obviously, a like doesn't mean the world, but if he felt this way about Drake, why would he like a post that's defending Drake against all these false allegations?
He said, I thought y'all right-wing red pill folks hate groomers. Are you guys right-wing? I don't know.
This is another thing. This is the thing I see too. The company mans, the Torres, they've turned Drake into this like manosphere figure because he raps about women or something like that, which is such a weird. That's fine, like I get it, but it's just a weird. Whenever we say anything about being manosphere,
bro,
I'm married with 3 kids. What are we talking about manosphere?
That's more so.
I hate friendship. What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about here?
I heard manosphere. I love the manosphere.
Christ, like I'm manosphere.
That's B Neil's bag, bro.
What happened?
I'm from one of the most liberal places on the planet. I'm from Canada, bro.
Yeah,
they call us manosphere.
I'm not right.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how we're manosphere. Hold on, what did Rob the guy say about Bella Harris in the 18 the thing?
About his father being.
They shut down the restaurant. This is what I'm saying. Like this nigga refuses to just use Google. Like it's literally right there. Like Wordu, you got Google. Just type this into Google, please, Wordu. He's got all right. Just type in. Fuck, where's it at? I just had it. Hold on, I gotta find it again. I'll tell you.
Bro, they do it to me too. They'll be like, "What's the Dirt" is sponsored by Happy Dad, and Drake owns Happy Dad. It's like, just do a Google search. Drake got nothing to do.
Oh yeah, I see. That's the narrative too. Happy Dad is owned by Nelk Boys. Nelk Boys love Trump, so Drake is a part of the Trump MAGA. It's like, all right, bro, y'all got it.
Yeah, y'all reaching.
It's kind of bad for me because I'm sponsored by Happy Dad, but I don't have nothing to do with Trump. It's like.
I'm Canadian.
I follow American politics. Like I got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, that shit I saw on Dan Lathan show, bro. That dude trying to be like, "Oh, Drake has nothing to do with Canada." What? It's like,
I got the sponsorship before any of that shit. Like, I don't know.
Like, all right, bro.
Yeah.
See, look, they still look. What do type this in? Type in, "Did Drake date Bella Harris?" And then go to the W magazine article that says Drake not dating a teen after all.
Did Drake date Bella Harris? Let's see.
Drake won the rap beef because he didn't lie.
Where do I go to?
It should be like W magazine or something like that.
According to YouTube, close to the rapper says that Drake and Harris are not.
Yeah, it should be like this.
Yeah. Even
he turned
says it. Billboard says it.
That's what I'm saying. Like a quick Google search. Even the one thing Kendrick Lamar got wrong again in the battle. Fucked on Wayne's girl while he was in jail. That's conniving. Everybody literally thinks that Drake fucked Lil Wayne's girlfriend while he was in jail. He had sex with Lil Wayne's girlfriend before Wayne and the girl were ever together. Yes. And Wayne found out about it in jail. And niggas still be, nah, he fucked her while he was in jail, bro. Okay. All right, bro.
Google search.
All right, bro.
It was like Wayne had written, Wayne got it written, like it hand wrote, like a letter, like while he was in jail, talking up journaling or whatever.
When you want confirmation bias, you will find it. If you already believe whatever it is, you will find it. Like I said, we've already said Haley Baldwin. Like we said that. Yeah, okay. Hey, that one that looks a little okay. We'll give you that one. But like all the other shit, Georgia Smith said 26, she was 18. It's like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's crazy. No,
look at this guy. They denied it, so it can't be true, Difran. So now it's like the report. Y'all tell me, look at the report, and then I'm telling y'all about another report. So y'all's report is true, but this, all right, bro, y'all got it.
The report might be lying, bro.
The report, yeah, okay, yeah, y'all got it, yeah. So the report is the report.
The colonizer, man.
Is lying.
The colonizers do, bro.
They got it. Y'all got it. Y'all got it, bro.
So I think Kendrick, he's performing. I don't know if he's going to perform Grammy weekend.
Y'all got it.
But I do know Super Bowl performance will be that week, and I think that same week, I think on the weekend, Drake will be performing in Australia. It's kind of funny seeing Kendrick get all of the praise, all the glory that week, and then that same week Drake is in like a whole other part of the world of Australians just going crazy to his music, not giving a fuck about the beat. They're just happy he's there performing.
Bro,
it's gonna be very cool seeing that.
That's his best way to keep his mind off of it too, to be honest with you. Just keep himself occupied. He's performing, he's headed away, yeah. He's not in the country, he's doing his own thing. I've been trying to do a whole bunch of stuff to get my mind off shit. I've been playing drums and fucking
niggas brought up the article. Now Rob out. Yeah, Rob, he been here for 2 hours talking.
Salute, Rob. Salute to you. Appreciate you coming through.
Salute to you, my
brother. Later, Rob. See you, buddy.
But
see,
yeah,
look, now TS has went from telling me this is the fact, I show article. Drake lies to the public all the time. All right. So like I said, y'all don't want actual information. Y'all just want to, you believe what you believe. That's fine. It's cool. Drake runs People magazine. He runs the W magazine. Y'all got it, brother. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. And even the one thing I didn't like about the whole Kendrick shit is I don't even care what the pedophile thing is, whatever. I didn't like the fake moral high ground shit. You don't take care of your kids. You're a womanizer. Nigga, you sparked the beef off with Future. What are you talking about? You got it. So my thing, like I said, when I have an interview, if anybody's ever interviewed Kendrick, you feel this way about Drake. He's a womanizer, don't take care of his kids, whatever. How do you feel about Future?
You talking about Drake ran to Atlanta. You ran to Future, who's from Atlanta.
Well, I ain't worried about that. Fuck all that. I'm just talking about
I'm just a simple shit.
Person. We're talking about people we don't fuck with. It should be taken out of hip hop. How do you feel about Future?
Dre? How you feel about Snoop? How you feel about everybody?
He gave the info to those. So you got it, bro.
From the content to the
ignore the chat, Difran. It's okay.
You got it, bro. You got it.
Whoosah.
What did Rob the guy say? I can stay if I want. Like, bro, calm down. You can stay. You can go.
Like, brother, you gotta relax, bro.
Brother, it's okay.
What's the dirt? Do you know why none of the people who were there with Kendrick on May 3rd haven't said anything to deny what Drake said? Good question, man. I don't know. Kendrick hasn't mentioned it either, but that was kind of part of his that was smart of him, actually, not to mention it.
To a degree, but I also think, like Art of War or just like certain things, certain not doing things is a way of speaking as well.
Yeah.
Or just certain things you can always kind of look into deeper. How TDE was so quick to be like, yeah, battle over. That was fun.
Yeah, DJ Head was like, okay, battle over.
Nah, bitch. When Drake said, let's get to the facts, niggas say it's all good. We good now.
Well, no, Drake on that part 6, he bowed out. Like he said,
when we get to the facts, let's get to the facts. And if Kendrick would have came back with facts, he probably would have rapped with him. But if we're gonna be here just saying stupid, we gonna say anything. What the fuck am I battling for? We just saying anything now. I'm a pedophile, bro. Y'all got it.
I got a fake daughter. I'm a pedophile.
I got a fake daughter. I'm a pedophile. Y'all got it, bro. Y'all just making it.
Like, when do facts? When have facts actually mattered in rap? Like Nas.
When people believe them. Lie.
We can't control what people believe.
And smoke them.
No, I'm not mad at that. So when people say lies and get them off, it's usually because people believe it though. Like when Tupac said, "I fucked your bitch, fat motherfucker," people thought it was real. Now, later on, when it might be a lie or whatever, it don't really matter because people thought it was real. But like if you was rapping in a battle and then you said something and everyone knew it was like full of shit, that shit's not really hidden, bro. Like people care about facts. Like it just might, if you able to throw a lie and make it feel like facts, that's another conversation. But if everyone knows you're capping, that they're not gonna just be like, oh, that bar is crazy, bro. Like, no.
Oh, that's a good question. Is it possible for UMG to stop the Australian tour? I don't know what his contract looks like.
But
I don't know if his contract, if he's in a 360,
so.
right?
You don't get that much money without it being a 360.
Well, are they going to stop Drake from making them money? I don't know.
I don't think they would stop that. Yeah, especially if it's a world tour or like a world. It's outside of the U.S. I don't think they really do.
International event or whatever you want to call it. I'm interested to see if he puts out any new music.
I don't think
they didn't pump this nigga chest up.
Can he put out any music?
I doubt it.
They made him feel good about himself.
I don't think he can without it getting copyright.
I'll be right back.
Drake okay with being in the public, but Kendrick just hides, and that's why he never came out right, denied everything. Drake, I think it's smart for Kendrick not to mention anything. The smartest thing Kendrick did, besides like a lot of other strategic moves, was putting Whitney in the video, because it just automatically in people's mind that dispels everything. Because having your wife in a video with you dancing around means you've never put your hands on her before. In people's opinions, that's what that means.
For real niggas like me that still believe. I'm joking.
Still believe what?
They're not married.
Oh, well, I mean, that's whatever.
That just speaks to so much, because you got to think, bro.
How long you been with your girl, nigga? You ain't married.
And I am not a millionaire. I am not a millionaire.
To get married?
I mean, you got to be something.
In your world, though, that's smarter not to get married if you're rich, because you ain't got to worry about getting a divorce.
Not when but I don't have kids. I don't have like none of that type of stuff. I didn't also propose. Like, if I would have proposed 15 years ago and did not get married, okay, you got me, Difran. Fuck, I'm a horrible person. But like, I'm my spirituality. I'm not religious where I believe in getting married, bro. I said that a long time ago, bro. Like, I believe marriage is something completely outside of what you have to do in the courtroom. I think marriage is what you do naturally with someone.
In the bedroom.
I mean, yeah. If we want to get into it, the vagina is the ring, and the penis is the finger, and the more that y'all have sex, the more that y'all sleep together, the more y'all become one. Y'all speak the same. Y'all start to look alike. People be like, "Damn, y'all can be brothers and sisters." Yeah, y'all become one, and that ain't no paperwork that do that. That's real natural. Just be bonding and chemistry. So that's what real marriage is to me.
Look, Rose don't listen. So Difran saying he did it. So Difran believes he put it. How many times have I said I don't? That's not a possibility. That's probably not a possibility. What I've stated this entire time is Drake is claiming what he's saying is factual. So so like I said, the difference between Kendrick and Drake, at least right now in the public eye, Drake is standing on he believes that Kendrick beat his wife. He's standing, he believes that. Kendrick, he said the pedophile shit, but there's certain bars throughout the battle. It's like, okay, hope y'all are my real friends. I just strangled the goat. Like, I don't know if I'm calling a pedophile all those things. Do you really believe he's a pedophile? Drake is claiming I don't know if he has evidence or whatever. He believes that. Did I say I believe that? I don't know. I don't know what happened in that situation. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. But do I know for a fact it happened? I don't know for a fact. But Drake clearly believes he has some type of information that he believes is factual.
Especially when, like I said, we bring up the proposal shit. You proposed in 2015. Y'all still ain't married. When you got all the financial shit, you got kids with her. You've been cheating on her. You supposed to stay in New York and and stay in Cali still. So there's some turmoil there. What sparked the turmoil when you're supposed to be this moralistic guy that's all about the family bond and all that? So is there something that really happened?
I personally don't think they're together, and I've been saying this for a while. I think they're co-parenting. I think they're cool, amicable. I don't think they're together anymore, right? I think Drake got that part right. As far as the domestic shit,
yeah, and that could be just due to cheating.
There's no proof that he did this. Like, you can't be like, "Oh, Kendrick's a woman beater," with zero proof of him doing that. That's a crazy thing to say about someone with no proof.
Looking at the chat, he wants to respond so bad.
I wasn't looking at the chat. I'm looking at
respond so bad.
I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm looking at some Euro golf shit. What they say?
Okay.
It just made me think too, like when Drake talked about, like, I don't remember if he said it exactly, but like he's been on tour with Kendrick. He referenced the little man syndrome. He almost seemed like he has an insight on a deeper level of Kendrick, you know, like maybe short sights that we don't know in the public. Like he might have a little feistiness to him in the sense of that we might not know. And that's why he kept poking at that little man syndrome, because he know that exists in him. And that's when he talk about, and I'm just talking about rumors and stuff. Did you put your hands on her because she's bigger than you? It's like, do Drake have certain insight on conversations that's been had where people know Kendrick is a little prone to do some shit with women, but no one outside of the public would ever get that information because of, you know, you're a media darling and stuff like that. You ain't covered up shit. Like, I wonder from Drake's perspective, you know what I mean? Why he's willing to stand on that.
This guy goes, those LA fires is God trolling Kendrick because God knows.
Bro, I swear Kendrick fans are like the new bars, bro.
That's not a Kendrick
fan.
That's not a Kendrick fan.
No, sorry.
No, that's a whatever it is. That's crazy though. You know, I made a post the other day about how my
get into that.
I made a post the other day about how my dog has cancer, right?
Damn.
And he's gonna die. And someone hit me up and was like, "That's God doing this to your dog. Look what you did to your poor old dog. It's karma." I'm like, man, what? Like who? I showed my girls like who says shit like this? Really? Because of a fucking rap battle.
But you could say the dry music in the West Coast maybe sparked. I'm sorry. I'm a dark humor guy. I'm sorry. No, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't have said that.
That's bad.
I'm just saying, man. They tried to act like they're holier than thou.
Okay, we're still going.
Look what Trump does, man.
Still going.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, y'all should have wanted your grass. I'm sorry. No, I'm joking.
Rest in peace to TikTok, man.
The West Coast has been like hated on from the beginning, though, right?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think people don't like when they see people think that they're more than they are, and it's like kind of like off-putting. It's like even now, it's like the West Coast is on. It's like Kendrick's on. Now they want to claim. Now niggas want to claim Tyler the Creator. Okay, I ain't hear them jacking Tyler during Flower Boy, during Igor, during Call Me If You Get Lost. Now they need him to make that thing. Yeah, we got Tyler too, and Doja Cat. Like, okay, yeah, great. I heard one guy even say Yeet. Okay, I get y'all got Yeet too. He from Carson or wherever he's from. I give you. All right, I got you.
He's from Portland, but I guess.
Oh, he's from Oregon. Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's necessarily hate. I think West Coast has his respect. It's just their music doesn't gravitate outside of that, and that's I think regions go through that. For a while, Atlanta music wasn't just translating to all of the nation. New York right now is not necessarily the drill, like that's not necessarily translating through all of the nation. For the South, for a minute, like we had it, we was popping early 2000s, and then after it's been quiet. Like we haven't been able to get outside of that. So you go through those waves and stuff like that. But I think West Coast, they was the 90s, like they pretty much had all of the 90s. So it's like they'll never.
It was like the 90s, then it was like The Game.
The early 90s.
And then it was like after that, it was probably like what you say, Kendrick, YG, Mustard, kind of like they kind of Roddy Ricch in the later years, 2017, 20 whatever.
Yeah, but the West Coast sound, that's a different story. That shit don't deserve respect.
Oh no, the sound people break out of LA without that sound for sure. Like Roddy Ricch to me don't sound like a West Coast artist.
Sound like he's from Atlanta or anything.
I think to be honest with you, the only person who took that West Coast sound and became big recently would be like Blueface.
Yeah.
Man, Nipsey's West Coast. I like Larry June. I like Dom Kennedy. I even like some of Lefty Gunplay shit. Even though he's I don't know.
You know what they're gonna say? A little bit. Oh, the white Canadian likes Lefty Gunplay. Oh shit. You know what they gonna say?
What's the big deal?
What's the big deal? Is hilarious.
And then I like GNX too. To be honest with you,
here we go.
No, I love Man in the Garden. I love Man in the Garden. I love
it's overrated for sure.
Oh no, Whacked Out Murals goes hard when you're at the gym, man.
It is. I think.
You done laid up a joke for Joe B. I already know it's coming.
I think that's one of his better.
Why did Joe B not like?
He's gonna make a fat joke about you said the gym. He's like, oh, Difran don't know about that.
Oh no, bro.
Blueface brought the West Coast beat back. See, Blueface. At least look, Rose. We can come to some common ground somewhere.
Blueface took all muddy suspects at
Tough titty.
Pound. Tough titty. Yeah.
Tyler is Fairfax royalty. If you are from California, you know this. I think we got to bring context. I think people in California know Tyler from. I saw Ace Boy Pullen say he's from Hawthorne, but maybe that's Fairfax. Maybe it's the same shit. But West Coast people were never like openly like, man, Tyler Creator's putting on for the West Coast with Flower Boy, Igor, Tommy B. Get Lost. Now, with the context of the beef, and they saw when Tyler Creator walked out, they damn near got more applause than Kendrick did when he popped out to pop out. Oh yeah, Tyler's West Coast too, because you kind of need to, because you can't just say Kendrick is the great. I think Academics made a good point when he said, just because you have Kendrick don't make y'all the coast that's on right now. That's like saying Toronto is the biggest place of hip hop because Drake has been the biggest whatever the fuck for however long. Yeah, see, he got okay now.
I mean, we got The Weeknd, you got Tory Lanez. I'm just saying, you got Party.
Joe B, be respectful.
No, he's fine. He's fine. I just coming new. Like, all right, we got those. You said that. Like, are you at home? Like, just chill. Like, what are you doing? You ain't got nothing else to do. What are we doing
here? Tyler wanted to be considered a pop star last I checked.
So do we think Kendrick's actually going to perform Not Like Us, or is he just going to like?
Nah, he's going to perform like a little bit of it.
He might.
Bro, I think it would be, it'd be the best play for him if he was just like, they told him, no, you can't say the pedophile shit, and he just fucking did it anyway.
He's not going to play that game with the NFL.
He's too industry.
Yeah,
He's not like a Rock Nation call though.
I think he changed his lyrics to one track already when he came for the Super Bowl.
We don't give a damn about the popo. Put him in a different street for sure. Whatever. They're not gonna let him say pedophile at the Super Bowl. And I don't even think this lawsuit is about the Super Bowl, because if you read it, he been trying to kind of get the shit settled out before the Super Bowl was even announced. Now maybe he sped up the process because of the Super Bowl. You could say that maybe afterwards, but
unless he puts the pedo in a spot that they're not expecting it, they're going to be like line for line, like, all right, here it comes.
They're going to put him on a little tape delay.
They're going to wait for that beat. Like, they might beep it just in case. Or they're not going to beep it, they're going to mute it. Like, just when he might say it, they're going to mute it for like a second to see if he says it, then they'll cut it back on.
It'll probably just be like certified. He'll probably say certified twice.
Toronto got nobody outside Drake. Hey, we still got
Tory. You got Party. You got The Weeknd.
Tory's in LA.
You got I Love McConan.
No, we don't have.
They got top McConan. 5.
We don't.
Y'all claiming McConan? That's crazy.
I thought it was.
I got.
I put Molly on their champagne.
Toronto did have 3 of the biggest artists of the past 20 years though. We got.
Y'all have now.
I'm not from Toronto. Drake, Weeknd, Justin Bieber. Y'all got 3 of the biggest.
Shania Twain.
I don't know about that.
Put some respect on Canada, man.
Shout out Shania Twain, man.
Now I am curious, but I guess I'm curious for Kendrick Lamar. Like, GNX is still doing good on the charts right now. But I'm curious, like, is he gonna? Y'all think it's okay? Let me ask y'all this: y'all think he's gonna drop a deluxe or something like that around the Super Bowl?
100%.
It should just be 100%.
It's not a whole nother album.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely 100% come with an album. Definitely.
I didn't say that.
He'd be crazy not to.
They're 3 of the biggest artists.
I put my YouTube channel on it that he will drop an album.
Hey, we know how Flacco is. We put shit on your channel. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't do that, because he's been supposed to delete his channel.
Yeah.
GNX was a mix of not so much. I don't want to say throwaways because it makes it feel a certain way, but didn't make albums. Like when you got to think about a Kendrick album, you're gonna have to be high quality to make it. So it stuff that didn't make the album, along with let's fulfill that narrative of helping putting on the West Coast. But I think he has that real solidified, like, I want this to be a classic. I want this to be Thank you. So yeah.
I look at the GNX like a mixtape or something. I think he put that out there coming off the moment, talk his shit, big himself up, celebrate his win, celebrate his coast. Like, put some people on from the West Coast.
Yeah, and gave you a few album cuts. Like, I think Reincarnated an album cut.
Well,
I agree with you. I think that album was like to kind of cap off the year. Like, I'm gonna bring up the beef again a little bit. Everybody said I don't put on no LA artists, so I'm gonna throw on a bunch of these people on here to do their thing. And then my next album, like all that shit I was doing, all right, I'm off that shit. Now I'm on the whatever I want to talk about now.
But do you think Kendrick's going to be able to hold down the entire year, though, if Drake doesn't drop music?
Yes.
Nah.
The entire year? Oh.
Yeah. I think 2025, clearly we're in, well, I mean, it's only January, I guess, but he's got the Super Bowl. He's going to drop the album. That's going to go fucking crazy.
I don't know. I don't know if it's
when
going to go fucking crazy. Mr. Morale didn't go fucking crazy. DNX didn't go fucking crazy.
But Mr. Morale was a different, like, Kendrick has never had this, like, he's at the peak right now, right? So he's going to drop some fire. I feel like the album's going to go nuts. He's going to have a couple big singles on there.
If it goes nuts, yes, it could carry the year. If it goes nuts, he's definitely carry the year. I don't have a lot of stock in it's going to be this.
I'm going to say this. If J. Cole dropped the Fall Off, his album going to be better than whatever Kendrick put out.
Shit, it's going to be harder to beat Wayne if you ask me.
That's more anticipated.
I heard one track off the Fall Off.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I heard one track a full track off the Fall Off, and it's crazy.
If it's anything like My Delete Later, it's gonna be. I think it'll be a better music than Kendrick, whatever Kendrick drops. But people.
I haven't talked to you before. What's the Dirk on the level? But I have this like premise where I low key feel like either Kendrick is washed or to a degree he's stuck in a box, like similar how Kanye went into this gospel mode and couldn't get out of it. I feel like Kendrick is on his high horse, and I think it's coming out in the music where it's not being able to be relatable to a degree. And I think he kind of got stuck in there. Like you can say you like not like us, but it's whatever. 616 Meet the Grams, like no replay value. The Black Air Force songs, no replay value. GNX, it got the Cali shit, so it's hard to judge it. It got the Cali West Coast beat, so it's hard to judge it. But I'm not going to sit up here and say I was just overly impressed. Mr. Morale, I think it was a little lackluster after a 5-year performance. And he was on that, let me be therapeutic, let me be deep and shit, versus just being enjoyable, being replayable, like damn, and even Good Kid. Like I feel like he's too stuck in a To Pimp a Butterfly lane. And I don't know if he could get out of that. And I think that is where I'm kind of sketchy on how this album may be a great album with a bunch of hits and all that different stuff like that.
He's been in that lane for a while too.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like he's very versatile, man. I think as an artist. I don't know. I think if anything, this beef just gives him even more confidence, I think, to do whatever. I think he's going to come with something different, but I think it's going to be palatable. I think he caught maybe a bit of a buzz off the Not Like Us hit, right? I think he could probably I don't think it's difficult for him to make another Not Like Us type of record. Like I think he can make bops. I think Drake? He can make bops without mentioning Drake. I think Not Like Us would have been a big hit even if it didn't have Drake. It's just. Yeah, man. Like I think it's a big.
When was Kendrick last hit? Like, damn.
Humble. DNA.
That's a long time. Like some people lose that home run. Like here,
bro. You can say him and Baby Keem was it called?
Baby Keem. Hey, what Drake say? You ain't had no hard shit to Baby Keem.
So Baby Keem put his pen to it. Yeah.
I don't like when you're looking at an album like Mr. Morale. Was he really? Like, it's clear. I don't think he was really looking for these big hits or whatever. Right? I don't think he made that album for that. He didn't really make that album for that reason. Like
N95 was a good song. I like that.
I think he tried. I just don't think it necessarily. I don't know if he knows. I think he could dictate what a hit is versus like Drake is like I'm listening to what the new era is and I'm trying to adapt. Like I don't know if he in that home run back because with the Mr. Royale, he hit with N95. I think the Kodak shit was a good song, but it didn't go to that level I think he wanted to go. He had another one too. I think it was called Mr. Morale. And that was I think it was kind of trying to be a hit, but it just didn't hit that level. So I don't know.
I do think TV Off is a hit though. Correction. I do think TV Off is a hit for sure.
Yes.
Y'all seen Drake knew about Push and Kendrick album, Churchill Downs? All I hear is plug talk from middlemen, tall tales from little men. Interesting.
Oh yeah, now that definitely was a bar at I believe Kendrick. I mean, yeah, and Pusha T. I think Drake had been knowing what was coming for a minute.
And if you know
N95.
He says last hit
N95,
was
yeah.
Control. That's crazy.
And even like the hard part 6, like I mean not hard part 5, like how he put the Kobe Bryant and Nipsey, like he wanted that to be bigger. I just don't. He even got a Grammy, but
No, that don't feel like it's something I want to be a hit though. That hard part 5, because the hard part series.
But the marketing behind it and everything.
I think that's more just like a messaging thing. The hard parts are never meant to be like hit records.
No, more so meant
I
for
love
the Grammys rather than.
I love the hard part 6 off the new album.
It's a solid record.
Because he's
that feels like an actual song. Yeah.
He's like telling a story from like the beginning, right? And like how he came up.
What's Dirk? You answer Kelvin Clark. He was posting that same goddamn question.
Do you think Family Matters breakdown age like wine still? You talking about my breakdown? The breakdown that I did of Family Matters?
I guess so, yeah.
I'll wait for him to chime back in.
People who like GNX
that a million times.
I like GNX, bro. I think GNX is a great album. I think that's
great.
It kind of feels like politics. Like you have to shit on Kendrick no matter what he does. I don't really agree with that. Like I think we can all admit.
You think that there's a campaign that we have to shit on Kendrick?
It kind of. I'm not.
What are we talking about? Where we been living there?
Y'all, I'm just saying in general. It just seems like everything that we're saying about Kendrick. It's kind of being perceived as it's just shit on him because he shit on Drake.
Well, that's people that don't know it. We didn't say Drake ain't been his best music. We didn't. Niggas ain't say For All the Dogs was great.
That's the album that I wanted.
Bryce likes Honest Nevermind. I don't like Honest Nevermind. That ain't my shit. But Drake ain't put out the greatest fucking music.
I like dance music though.
I like Honestly Nevermind.
Well, there you go.
I think that was okay.
I'm a music guy.
I like all
types of music. I think there's 4 songs on GNX that are album cuts that could have made a real album for him, and that's the Hard Part 6, Reincarnated, Whacked Out Mirrors, and what's the one that I Deserve?
Luther's
Man in the Garden.
Luther's a little reach to me. It's a reach to me. But whatever, you can throw it in there. But guess what? None of them songs really sound West Coast.
Luther seems like he's been getting in his damn bag a bit, kind of.
Yeah, I just don't think they got that. It ain't hit like Love or Loyalty to me.
No,
Love is love, but Luther is still a great song.
Great? Karen said she liked that song. I said Luther sample was the best part of that song. Like,
you don't like SZA? Like I said,
I do not like SZA. I've came to the conclusion I do not like SZA as an artist.
Okay, well,
what?
Okay. All right.
My girl loves.
She might be
overrated.
Okay.
Overrated.
You definitely might be right, though.
All right.
Ladies love Luther. Facts.
Yeah, I like Luther too. Now it kind of sounds like a.
I like the Hey Now with Dodie 6 starting to see space. I like that song.
Like if you're not from the West Coast, I don't expect people to really like.
To say GNX is great is crazy. The hooks was lazy writing. Hey now, say now. Like great.
Okay, B Neil, what would you rate it out of 10? What would you rate it out of 10?
Hey now, say now.
I gave it like a C+.
Do you think that album was better than the Baby's project?
Wham is
here we go. Here we go.
Because you call Wham a classic.
Wham is at least like a 8.5. Like a B+ to an A.
The 8.5 is a classic? Because you call it
at least. I said at least.
And GNX is what?
Like a 6.5 to a 7. Lazy hooks. The bars was good. Beats was okay, but I mean,
y'all turning me into.
Is what it is. Very cringy hooks at times. Very cringy writing at times. And GNX for a guy that we consider this top of the class guy. Come on, bro. Hey now, say now. Turn the TV off. Turn it. Like, come on, bro.
No, I think
repetitive, like basic shit, bro.
I don't feel like he was really trying to bar out on there either. Like he was just having fun, man. Like repping his coast, fucking celebrating his win.
They wanted a West Coast album.
I don't look at it even like a Kendrick album.
Great, it's crazy.
Right? But I give GNX probably a 8 at least.
Give it an 8.
Me,
where would you rank it in his discography?
Oh man, no. For me, his discography is Section 80.
That's
You're
the
gonna
first
think I'm
one.
crazy.
That's
Mr.
the
Morale.
best one.
Mr. Morale second.
Section 80 is number
Okay.
1 for me. Mr. Morale second. I love Mr. Morale. I know you guys think I'm nuts. I like Mr. Morale. I'm a big Mr. Morale guy. And number 3 would probably be Good Kid, Mad City. Number 4 would be Damn. And I know that, yeah. And then G and X would still be at the bottom, but all the albums that are listed, like to me, Section 80 is a 10. And then Mr. Morale to me is a solid 9. And then Good Kid, Mad City. Oh man, Good Kid, Mad City's kind of a 10, isn't it?
No, I'm interested in this. So we got down to here. So okay, you got down to Damn. So okay, is it G and X over to Pimp a Butterfly? Like where do you have? Because it's the bottom 2.
Yeah, I would put. To Pimp a Butterfly wasn't made for me.
It
Right?
wasn't made for nobody.
You know, like, let's just keep it real. Like Pimp a Butterfly wasn't made for me. I appreciate that artistry and like the concept art, but he didn't make that album for me.
Yeah.
I think we all relate to that one.
But I put Kendrick's whole discography, all of it to me is above an 8. Like every album,
I'd agree.
to me, like he makes.
I'd say the same for Drake too.
Great albums. Drake,
honestly, never mind. I'd probably give that a 7, maybe, but that might be the only one. But that's not really rap, though. So it's like,
honestly, never mind.
At least an 8.
I wouldn't put For All the Dogs as an 8.
Yeah, probably those. That's why I'm like, we keep saying like his streams went up every single year, so that's to justify him getting 600 mil. But it's like the quality of the music. Forget sales, forget streams. It's like the quality of the music.
The label just gave Lizzo about $13 million for one record. They don't care about quality. They care about what's selling.
Even if you say it's a 7, he has 15 projects versus Kendrick dropped 4 or 5. It's like, come on now.
Yeah, Kendrick takes his time. I mean, they're not even worth comparing. They're completely different artists.
Yeah, I wouldn't compare them either. Drake's in a different league.
The only reason why they get compared is because they both came up at the same time. But in terms of music, they don't make the same music. They're nothing alike. There's nothing comparable about these two artists, really, aside from the fact that they both came up at the same time.
Yeah, Kendrick could never compare.
He's doing a great job.
He's a big Drake fan.
I know. I'm a Kendrick fan too. I'm just being honest.
No, you're not. Stop it.
I listened to Kendrick most of my life, and I still listen to Kendrick.
Hey, I forgot about Untitled Unmastered. I forgot about.
What's my top 5 Kendrick in the order?
Songs, yeah.
Songs?
Songs.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's too much. I'm sorry.
Money Trees. Feel.
Oh, you doing songs? Okay.
Oh, I mean, shit, you asked, but whatever.
Okay.
No, we can go albums. Albums, I go Good Kid. I go Damn, Section 80. What we got left? Mr. Morale, To Pimp a Butterfly. J&X, To Pimp a Butterfly.
So To Pimp a Butterfly last.
To Pimp a Butterfly
last.
Eh?
No, you know what? G&X last.
It's a cultural classic.
It's more. The writing is way more thought out than G&X. So yeah, G&X last.
So G&X is his worst.
Even though I just think.
I wonder when you say it's a cultural classic. I feel like there's different cultures within the culture, right?
Are there really? So there's tiers to culture.
Because I don't
Not
think
tiers.
you say that it's To Pimp a Butterfly is a cultural classic.
Yes.
I would debate that everybody within the culture umbrella does not deem that as a classic.
Unless you want to glaze Kendrick.
And what are we calling culture?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, who are these people that you would be calling a class? Like that you were saying as a class? Because according to Glass Malone, culture means what do you say? It means hip hop through urban some shit. He said some urban something culture, right? Yeah. And I bring back to the 21 Savage example. We talk about what him and his homies listen to, and I said it's not the only part of black people, but how Glass Malone classifies culture is street urban culture. So the street guys, what are they?
Street urban culture.
That's what Glass Malone classifies hip hop as, or the culture as. I would bargain that they're not calling To Pimp a Butterfly a classic.
What do you think they would agree that Kendrick existing in hip hop is culture? He is culture.
Yeah, but if you were to ask people
anything that
what's their favorite Kendrick album, I assume most people say Good Kid, Mad City.
Damn.
Damn.
Section 80.
Section 80 's up
would be
there.
a cultural
Come
classic. That's literally
Section 8 is not a cultural classic. It might be a Kendrick classic.
Why does Rose say I don't
Ain't no
like Kendrick? I
cultural
like
classic.
Kendrick. Kendrick was my
I'm
number
just
two
trying to
streaming
be
artist last year. What are
subjective.
you talking about?
Like I said, I'm a
Section 8
great
is
fan,
really
but I'm trying to be
good.
objective.
I think that's
Section-
that's the difference. It's like the niggas that don't like Drake, I just don't like Drake. I like Kendrick Lamar's music. I think he's one of the greatest of all time. I just don't really rock with Timmy Butterfly. That's it.
Section 8 is really good, but it never dropped too early. You gotta think Good Kid barely got a push. Like when you talk about it didn't get no first week push, like when it first came out and stuff like that. It got a push after. Versus like a Section 80, like completely slept on, like no one talked about it till kind of later in his career. To say a cultural classic, it never really got to.
Name a song that Drake has compared to King Kunta.
Right. What would y'all call cultural classics then?
I think the thing that I know
Dreams
about
and
To Pimp a Butterfly is it connects with
Is
people
that not a cultural classic?
in a major way.
What were you
Is
saying?
Dreams and Nightmares not a cultural classic?
Matt, what were you saying?
I was saying To Pimp a Butterfly just seems to connect with people in a certain way. I think, especially at the time he dropped it too, right? Like everything that was going on in the world at the time. I think it just really resonated with a lot of people.
I really think people just be lying. Like, look at the streaming numbers. I really, honestly, bro, I really think the gas, it was played in protest, and that was about it, bro. No one cared about To Pimp a Butterfly. Like that, I'm sorry,
like 2015 was Future.
Like it was, we gonna be all right. And besides that, you like
bitch in some Gucci flip flop. That shit was going crazy 2015.
We was thankful that Kendrick dropped his second album, but we were underwhelmed that he dropped To Pimp a Butterfly, bro. Like I don't care how much people try to slice it as this magical, like try to revise history thing, but it wasn't that, and it still ain't, bro. Look at his streaming number. It's his worst streaming project, and if it's so much of this thing that people would connect to, it would have been still streaming great, still to this day. Like Good Kid still top 100 if I'm not mistaken. Damn, still top 100. To Pimp a Butterfly, I don't know if it ever was top 100. Like I think people put the gas on To Pimp a Butterfly, and I'm super passionate about it. I'm sorry.
That is the lowest streamed album.
Like I don't, you never went anywhere and heard people playing To Pimp a Butterfly, bro. Ever.
Yeah, I think
at your friend's house.
Like, what setting do you have to be in to play that song? Like you can't casually just throw on To Pimp a Butterfly, like no matter where you're at.
If these walls could talk.
And they gas it because of what it's supposed to mean to hip hop.
You're at a disco hall, like where could I like play this? Like,
yeah, like they gas it because of what it's supposed to mean to hip hop, and I get it. Oh, look, hip hop can have meaning and it can have all this introspective stuff. Great. There's always been a Rakim. Salute to him. Well, no one's ever gonna knock that, but let's not gas it if it don't need it, bro. Like you said, Good Kid's phenomenal. Damn, it's phenomenal. That's the thing I was going. Go ahead.
He listed every Drake.
Yeah, like for all the More Life classics.
That's what's crazy, bro. Like if you talk to your younger brothers, like they're not thinking about take care. They're not thinking about nothing was saying. They might say some Scorpion or some shit like that. Kendrick best project. Damn, Good Kid. Like it's most likely some shit from 10 years ago. With a versus Drake, it could be for all the dogs for a lot of niggas. I ain't gonna lie to you. Her loss, like
that's boring.
What?
People get to this is what they're saying. That's boring. I got it.
African
American. Like Bryce is an African American. What are we talking about?
I hope Kendrick sees people like
they're someone was like, "Is this the Canadian?"
It's like we're
panel?
all from America except for what
these guys are from Canada.
I'm like, Charles White said, we don't play that shit in the South. I'm sorry.
Oh, we know, bro.
But we play Kendrick, but not To Pimp a Butterfly, bro. Not To Pimp a Butterfly.
You like Dolph? Do you like Dolph?
I don't like Dolph. I think he overrated.
Nah, I love Dolph, man.
Who are your top 5 artists that you're listening to right
now? Baby,
top 5.
Grizzly, Drake, Future, Gunna.
No Meek Mill?
Nah, I'm not top 5.
What about you?
Who, me?
Yeah. What's your top?
Ken Carson.
I don't listen to Ken Carson. Drake, Travis, Ken Carson, Corday. Who else I listen to? I listen to
Corday.
a lot of everything, honestly, but
Yeah, I'm really listening to it. Like, what's his OMB Peasy? He dropped. I don't know if y'all know who he is. He dropped
Yeah, I
a
know.
pretty decent album. Like,
I was
I'm
listening.
not
I was
gonna say
listening
it's
to
like
Rio. I was
crazy.
listening to what's his name from Detroit. Is he from Detroit? Rio. The what's his name? Rio
the
Young OG.
yeah.
This shit was alright, man. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck with Rio.
Mine's like Benny the Butcher, like 38 Special. Like who else? Kendrick's up there for sure. I've been listening to a lot of Kendrick. Drake is in there. And I do listen to a lot of Dolph too, to be honest with you.
Okay. I like the diversity. I like it.
It's all over the map, man.
Chat,
That's
what do y'all listen to?
bro. That's the thing about hip hop, bro. Like, you just because you like Kendrick, that don't mean the next one's got to be fucking Absol.
Yeah,
name like 3 other like super lyrical guy.
21 to J
That's
Electronica.
a crazy 5. Drake, G Herbo, Jace, Tekka, YTB.
Bro, that's a decent though. I ain't gonna lie.
That's decent. Hey,
it's Herbo decent. I like Tekka. Like,
that's decent. Smino.
Jace kind of threw me off though.
I don't know who the other 2 dudes is, but I mean, 3 out of them dudes hard.
You like?
I don't know who
Tekka last project, bro. A lot of good music's been coming out, man. Like, I'm not one of the guys that's like a grumpy old man. Like I say, Lil Baby project, I think he over delivers, especially when you talk about people trying to call him slept on, and he's still putting out great work. Like,
I like Dave.
You like who? Dave Blunt.
Dave Blunt.
That's a joke. I don't know who that is.
It's the big dude who be like saying
he say, I can't
Come.
Bro, if he wasn't big, I would be a listener. I would advocate for it. Because that's a hard ass song.
He got 3 songs.
He looks just like Big Mo.
10
Shout out to Big Mo, man. Rest in peace.
10 Perks, and the other one is Honey Buns. I like Honey Buns too.
It's just catchy as fuck, but it's like I don't want to do it to die. Like, I can't advocate for this.
No, he's on the Big Mo
trajectory
path.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And I like Moneybagg Yo too.
Moneybagg last project.
Moneybagg
last project was hard, bro.
I ain't really felt the Moneybagg project since like that 2021, 2022 time.
Man, go
like,
back
there's a
to
couple
that
songs on the last project I fuck with, but like that album from 2021 I forgot what it was called, but that whole shit was crazy.
Yeah, it got like 5 standout songs on this last project. Who the fuck else just dropped that I was just laughing at? Fuck, bro, I had to look on my fucking computer.
Meek Mill, Pusha T, G Herbo, Lil Bibby, Kevin Gates, and Davies.
You just gonna skip the game?
I'm at that.
I'm big on Gates. I don't know. Do you guys like Gates?
Wordu,
don't let Wordu do that.
I'm ready to hate.
Not what the Dirk support.
Kevin Gates, bro.
I never would have thought I heard that.
I love Kevin Gates, bro. He's probably in there.
That's fine.
Nah, you crazy.
He doesn't even listen to Gates' music.
Yeah, I don't listen. Yeah, I don't listen.
You don't.
You're right. I don't.
We know you don't. We already exposed that you don't.
What's the last project you listened to from Gates?
Shout out to Kevin Gates, bro.
What's the last project you listened to from
We'd love
Gates?
to have you for an interview, man. Appreciate it.
The best ones? Probably what's the one, Kazaa or whatever it is. I like that album. And then the other one, like his one.
Yeah,
the recent one. I also like the one with 2 phones on it. I can't remember the name of the album.
Yeah.
And then even like the one with
him,
like the mob style one. Like what is it called? Like the
Luca Brasi, the Gangsta
John
Grills.
Gotti.
Yeah.
Luca Brasi, the Luca Brasi series. Even way back, even like what was that one hit he had? My shorty saw me know, but she know what it is. I can feel it in my ribs. It's retarded for real.
What is last?
What do you have? No idea what's going on.
Definitely don't.
What about you, Difran?
I fuck with Gates.
Yeah, no, we had a whole Gates show, Gotti. Like we from the South, bro. So we rock with all that type of. Did y'all listen to? I know y'all didn't listen to it. That Kodak album with the Christmas shit. That shit.
I listened to like 3 songs on. I ain't listened to the whole thing, but the first 3 songs I listened to were horrible.
Yeah, I got through 3 songs too. I didn't get to finish, but I was like, for some Christmas shit, I'm like, it's not bad.
What do y'all think about MF Doom?
What
I know they're gonna. I used to do this. I used to do this thing where I like listen to like older classic albums, and I wasn't really like. It's like it's for people. People fuck with it, but it wasn't my shit.
whip up a slice of nice verse pie, hit it on the first try.
Yeah, I
Bars,
rather
bro.
listen to
Bars.
like Big L or Big Pun than MF Doom.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
never
me.
really listened to MF Doom.
There's a few joints that he got there, like, but I never got crazy into him. There's a guy right here who's got Doom
Yeah,
as
so I'm
his
sure
picture.
he's not gonna like that commentary.
Yeah.
I catch it on him.
Who else we got?
That's a rapper. Is up, Drizzy. Yeah, put y'all top fives in the chat, man.
I think
y'all listen
20,
to. Yeah, I want to know
21
people's top fives in totality.
21's been on a good feature run. Lil Yachty's been on a good feature run. I think that's not being talked about enough.
Yeah, I see you tweeting
Cole.
it. I was like, oh, I gotta
I'm
listen
sorry,
to
bro.
this
I'm
shit.
sorry, bro. Like
you
he was
on the
on
Lil
the
Yachty
bill.
bandwagon right now.
Bro, 2 years ago, Lil Yachty sucked. Like I'm not mad to flip biases when I start hearing music. It all started when he put out that little 3-pack with Tesla and shit like that. Yeah, like
Poland.
Yeah, like he started. I'm like, this shit, I'm kind of rocking with it. And ever since then, he really haven't been missing to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like,
Drake, Travis, Baby King, Corday, Yeet.
That's just what I listen to.
Take that hat off, Kurt, please. Why you want? What do you want? You just want me to have the hair fucking flowing or what?
Man, so you got that quarterback head, man. You got that Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying?
Is that real?
I'm about to say, you do got that default. You got that default Madden haircut.
That Joe Burrow, bro. Crazy.
Look, it's a corporate white man's haircut. Yeah,
I like Kodak still.
No Faces. I love No Face, but I thought No Face was
Fighting Irish
fire.
moments. Drake set such a high bar for himself and is currently in a position where, okay, so it won't be enough. He's Drake. Where the bangers at?
That Mac Miller album was so underwhelming.
Oh, for real, I ain't listened to the full thing.
I only listened to 3 tracks a day.
I didn't like it, and I'm a real Mac Miller. I'm a big Mac Miller fan. When he rapping, it's cool, but it's a lot of like, I don't know.
The better half.
I'm not really feeling the vibes.
You like the lid?
So that
you be doing shrooms?
Oh no, well yeah, but I have done shrooms, but this hat is the one he was wearing at the Tawny Desk.
No,
you know what I'm
Mac
saying?
Miller hat.
Mac Miller. Oh shit. And that was it tight? Bro, I think that was a tight desk. That was a great performance when he played the 3001. Is that the right?
It's adjustable, so it's not that tight. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, tough crowd.
Hey, ain't gonna lie. Sometimes shit go over my head. Explain the joke, even though it might kill it. Explain it.
Barlord.
Circadian Rhythm was fire. Yeah, Circadian Rhythm. I ain't really focused Circadian Rhythm at first. Even the shit he did with Thug and 21 Savage was good.
It's up.
It's up, but I just ain't like the beginning part of It's Up. The whole like my friends, I want my friends. Like, all right, cut that shit out. Just start.
I'm in all
yeah, like all
friends.
that.
But I like the transition though, because it's almost playing into. I like when Drake. I like you when you sing better, and then you say turn that shit up. And
yeah,
it's
if you make it make sense like that, then it makes sense.
Take 21 Savage off it.
Nah, 21 went crazy. What are you talking about?
Nah, more Drake.
I mean, I'm not mad at that, but 21 Savage went crazy.
How about Salato, bro?
SZA, Lotto, Doechii, K. Dot, Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, Doechii is fucking
Sabrina's
dope
the
too.
best
I like
on that list for sure.
Sabrina's
Do you
the
guys
best
like
on that.
Doechii?
You are the king of hot takes, boy. You don't even listen to that.
What do you mean? I got Sabrina on my Apple Music right now. You crazy as hell.
Come on, bro.
You want me to just? I can't show you my phone, but I'm dead ass. I listen to Sabrina.
Nah, Doechii's good. I just felt like she was being forced on us at one point, but that's marketing and that's whatever.
Oh yeah, Doechii's ass.
Okay, all right.
I think.
Ass.
I don't think
you
she was
listen.
getting
Did you listen to Alligator Bite shit? You think it's ass?
As much as I could bear.
This guy is so.
All right.
Come on, bro. That's a tough listen.
Man,
I think it was pretty
No,
easy.
it's
Like
not.
I said, I didn't like all the hype. Felt like it was being forced on. When you actually sit down and listen to the album, it was good.
my girl loves it. She's always listening to it. What
See,
was it?
You got like waterboard. That's why you liked it. But like other people that don't have to suffer through that, bro, like
You got waterboard. No, I think the thing is with Doechii, bro, is it was the moment too, right? Where, she got hyped even more because of just coming off the beef, the whole TDE thing. Like it really pushed her. But I think she deserves to get a big push. I don't think she's a plant. If you go to her YouTube channel, she's been she's like documented her whole
Mhm.
career, like her whole. When she first came out, she sounded like Nicki Minaj. If you go back to her really old shit, there's a huge Nicki influence
Even
there.
still with the one that everybody posts about what she did with Issa Rae, that whole like, that's like Nicki
That
Minaj.
shit was
That
ass.
like
What makes that
you
ass?
sound like a
though?
female.
What makes that ass to you?
It don't even sound good. Like it's just a thin line between experimenting. It's not a thin line, but you can experiment, but there's a thin line between actually making it sound musical and actually sounding like palatable to me. And it just didn't hit. Like,
So,
I get the
did you want her
intensity,
to
I get
dumb
what
it
she's
down?
trying to do, but it just doesn't hit to me.
Did you want her to dumb it down?
No, I just honestly, bro, I think everyone gashes the women artists. Like, Gorilla is probably the only one that deserved it. Like the real. Lotto, she's working her way up. She's working her way up. She got the hits, but
Lotto's like Nunu reincarnated.
Gorilla is ain't gonna lie, she's been tough. She's been tough. Everyone like these other ones, it's like we put them to a level that they're not there yet. Like, I get it. She pushed herself up, but musically, I'm not feeling it. I haven't seen it.
Dolce raps about doing coke. That's why we like her.
Those are some of the greatest artists. They do coke. So
Those are the greatest bars. Caught sniffing coke. Big
They all do
fucking
coke,
deal.
I think that's the Kendrick Lamar effect of trying to be Mr. Morale, and then you got your artists that, you know, are shaky.
All celebrities do blow.
yeah, they do.
That's the Kendrick. He was trying to kill Party Next Door. Like, damn, what do we say fuck me for?
They was in there. Right, he was like, "What the fuck I get hit for? What the fuck I do? I ain't even do nothing."
Yeah, y'all playing with my nose. So
I'm out here singing and like, what the fuck the Weeknd do? Shit, you been hanging out with the Weeknd, motherfucker. What the fuck he be doing? Shit.
Young M.A., the greatest female rapper. She's up there for sure. To me, she's up there.
Like Coi Leray, she had one album where I was like, okay, but she fell off.
She had that one track that was crazy on TikTok.
Rest in peace.
Play it to players or whatever.
Girls is players too.
Yeah. And I actually ended up liking a project she dropped.
That's what Tinashe, man.
Right.
Most improved artist of the year.
But she dropped one TikTok song and you
I'd
talking
love
about
to
she
do an interview with you whenever you have time. I know you're an independent artist. Salute to Tinashe.
Glorilla's definitely the most
Stop
improved
saying
artist
that,
last
nigga.
year.
Red Pill taught you more than that.
She's the comeback artist of the year.
Go listen to Myra,
Most
nigga. Stop simping.
She had a hit. She had F and F, and then she had the cha-cha-cha shit. She came back, dropped yet. Comeback artist.
Fight back, Difran.
Joe B's.
He's saying the same thing. I don't know what to say. I gotta see when I gotta go back before I gotta know something. He got faceless. I don't like if it was Trail, I could go back because I know what Trail look like.
Lemon Pepper freestyle's fire though.
Hold on, he fired my boy up. Hold on, don't give a fuck. Don't make me get in here. I don't be looking at the chat. Who said something?
What? I don't.
Who
see
said
it.
something?
The chat. TikTok is banned in the U.S.
Yeah, I
Is
heard
it
something
banned
about
right now?
Elon trying to bring back Vine or some shit like that.
Not in Canada.
Joe B.
Trump said he was gonna. Trump said he was gonna. Oh damn it! Yep. Sorry, TikTok.
Yeah.
Joe B, you
It's
think you
available
funny?
right now.
Really, it's gone,
Yes,
eh?
TikTok is not available right now.
The server's down.
VPN.
Damn.
Are we gonna get like an influx of people on YouTube now, or what?
I'm sure there's gonna be a lot more credit on YouTube. But it says we are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned.
90-day extension was what he was talking about, but he has to get inaugurated first. But
Yeah.
Now when it's being woke,
I mean,
TikTok is the woke man's
I feel like
app.
all that content is already on Twitter though.
No, everything is everywhere already. Like people are saying it's because of Israel and whatever.
Yeah, shorts is so valuable
Really
of a thing now. People use it as marketing and everything.
funny. I got Tory's first album right
you
here,
got a
signed. CD
You're
signed
gonna
by
have to do
Tory.
more than just say that's one of the best songs of the past. I don't know.
No,
a
it
great
is
song.
You gotta
dope.
do like
Tory.
a top 10 songs of the decade type shit.
Oh, that's what I'm gonna tell you. We got to do a top 5 with the panel. Get everybody in here. We got to do a top 5, not top 5, top
I was gonna
top
do
albums and top songs of the last 5 years.
Last 5 years, yeah.
What's your favorite Drake song of all time? Just one. I know it's
Feel
hard.
No Ways or like 9.
Mine's
For me, it's
Days in
too
the
much.
East.
We already did a stream about it, but
I don't remember what I put number one. I know it's probably something off of.
Days in the East is
I
up
think
there.
you
It's
said
like
Club
top 10 for
Paradise,
me.
I
Oh
believe.
yeah, Club Paradise. I like Club Paradise.
Days
Yeah,
in the
Club
East is
Paradise.
fire, bro. I
Why
love
you
that
keep
shit.
That's so
asking me
nostalgic, bro.
about?
Club Paradise, fire.
Why?
I swear.
Kendrick ain't got nothing better than Club Paradise. Look.
Tory is petite, bro. I hope
I
he
like
good
singing
in jail.
about
He good. He got money.
Who talking like that, man? I gotta start firing niggas up there. I get too comfortable.
Salute to everyone in the chat, you know.
Like down.
Salute to y'all.
I mean, Red does make
I forgot
pops.
about Sexy Red.
Jungle go, I ain't gonna lie, Jungle
Yeah.
go crazy.
Oh, Dreams. No, Dreams Money Combined might have been my. Yeah, Dreams. Those two, Club Paradise, Dreams Money Combined.
That's my top three, I
That's
think.
This why I say Kendrick in a I troll, but I always say stuff with a little bit of truth. I'm like Kendrick does do a little bit of things different, but at the same time, he try to do his best to make relatable, good music, bro. But Drake does it at a higher clip, bro. Like you can point to so many different eras of Drake. You talking about Dreams Worth Money Could Buy? People putting Jungle. I said shit from Views. Like it's shit from Take Care. Like bro, Thank Me Later. You got Miss Me and so much other shit. Like
So Far Gone. So Far Gone has got a
Successful.
ton of fucking
like the shit with Lil Wayne. Like.
Yeah. I like
It's just
yeah.
a different level.
Amy
bro.
Later is a classic.
Days in the- It is. Days in the East. Tough and Leather
Yeah,
definitely
that's
up
good.
there.
That's
one of
like
the
the
best
worst.
intros.
Some people
I
tell
think
me it's
Thank
his
Me
worst.
Later might be his most complete project. Like,
Yeah.
like I love Take Care, but like when you like the features, like I don't know, it's
No,
crazy.
nothing was the same as my
Crazy.
favorite Drake project.
I
Nothing
just
was
like
the same to
shorter.
me as his
I
best.
like Nothing Was the Same. I like
Mob Ties. Mob Ties didn't even write it.
Who wrote it again? Was it
He didn't even
Vori, I think.
Vori? Yeah. I think Beam actually wrote for him too as well. I don't know what song it was, but I think Beam wrote.
I know a track that he definitely didn't write.
what?
I mean Jumbotron shit popping too as well. But
Yeah.
that's
Give
not
us
really
give us the exclusive. What's the dirt? Unless you try to save it for your shit.
Oh, just a video?
No,
Video exclusive?
I'll tell you guys off.
Okay.
You know who I thought had a lot of writers. I mean, I didn't know had a lot of writers. Future. I was going looking through his like producers. I was like trying to see who was producing the shit. He has a lot of fucking writers. It's kind of crazy.
But he also writes for other people.
No, but he has like 8 writers a song.
He did write for other
Beyonce?
people. He's probably too busy to do it now. Yeah,
Worst
Beyonce.
Drake track.
Worst Drake?
I used to think Ratchet Happy Birthday, but I kind of vibe to the hell now.
I probably think
No,
Gently with Bad Bunny is his worst.
Like
ever.
all the shit that I used to think was bad, I kind of vibe now.
Approach shit like that.
Probably Gently.
What's that? I can't even. I got hit. But what the fucking face is now for the custom down? What's that? Ice bust me down. I forget the name of that.
No, that was. I'm thinking about Nicki Minaj.
It was the New Orleans one.
Oh, Nice for What?
Yeah, Nice for What. I think that's what it is. I didn't like that one at first, and that kind of vibe. Hotline Bling, I thought was kind of one of the worst.
Like worst.
I'm serious. I thought those were the worst, and then I kind of started vibing with them.
Hotline
So
Bling.
far, just told on we going home. At one time, I thought that was his worst, and I started vibing to that shit.
I hate that too.
Started from the bottom.
I hate that.
I hate that for a little minute.
I love start from the bottom right from
Walk
the
One
At
Hour.
first, it got cringe.
When I think worst, I'm thinking a song I just literally don't go and play. Like Gently featuring Bad Bunny on For All the Dogs. I literally don't play that song ever.
Like worse, he don't.
1993.
Like that's probably his worst.
You know who
Jam that
else
shit
is
now.
Canadian?
That shit is ass.
Belly.
You said
You don't like
say it
Belly?
again?
Do you like Belly?
I don't remember that song.
Belly is an artist
Oh,
from
no, I
Canada.
know
Maybe
Belly.
you guys don't
Yeah.
know.
About
Belly's
Nav
fire, bro. You should listen to.
Yeah, he like with.
Well, no, he's not. He's
Or
not.
Is he signed to EXO?
He's
or,
not. Signed to that. He's on
He's
XO.
on
Yeah.
Bryce. He's on Nipsey Hussle's Fuck, what song is that? He's on Nipsey Hussle.
He got a song with Travis, don't he?
It's like Nipsey and Dom Kennedy, right? And him.
Yeah, Nipsey and Dom. I can't believe I
I
can't
forgot
think
the
of it,
fucking
bro.
name of the song is.
Belly is his pen is very underrated.
I know
It's
what it is. Double Up.
Yeah, Double Up. Yeah.
Double Up.
Yeah, Belly is fire.
Double Up.
Belly is underrated too.
Joe B,
Belly's
hey,
very underrated.
you probably like Diddy. You probably the person that sold him the baby oil. You the one out here selling factory oil, baby oil.
Definitely check out Belly though, or check out like any of his projects. Really, he's fucking dope. Definitely.
Rose likes Drake. I thought
slept on.
Rose hated Drake.
So what are
Belly only raps about
what are our
food and weed.
predictions for?
Joe B probably a 27-year-old version.
That's crazy. What are our predictions for this year? Like, who do we think is going to have album of the year? I don't think we can really predict a rookie of the year, but
No, not really.
album of the year, song of the year, surprises of the year, rapper of the year. I think
The Drake drop album of the year.
Yeah, Belly was on a track with the
I wouldn't be
weekend.
surprised if J. Cole probably drop album of the year.
I think so too.
Like, I don't
think
know
J.
if Drake.
Cole
I don't
will
know. He
have-
got too much illegal shit going on, so I don't know if Drake gonna drop anything.
I don't think
I
he'll
think
drop
that's
it.
gonna be wrapped up by the beginning of the at least by like springtime. No, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be between Cole and Kendrick. I think for sure.
And I think
Kendrick
Travis
has-
is dropping again
If-
too. So
Kendrick is the favorite.
I'm just curious
I
at this
think
point for
Cole
Kendrick,
will
like, because they say he doesn't do the same thing twice. So it's like, okay, what is he gonna do for the next? I'm trying to envision what he would be doing.
I've heard predictions where people were like, they think he's gonna get on some gospel shit.
Oh,
but if he
God,
does that,
no.
I don't
Salute to
think
God. No, salute to God. We love God,
Oh,
but I
Lord.
don't know if that's
Salute
gonna be
to
album
God,
of the
but
year.
bro.
it's not gonna hit.
Kendrick
I don't
doing
think it would
gospel,
hit.
bro?
Salute to God, though.
Or even Super Melanie. If he do too much melodies, I don't think that's gonna hit
Like, I
either.
don't think like people like I like Luther, but I don't think a full Kendrick Scissors is gonna be like how everybody's assuming that it's gonna
It's
just
gonna be
hit
Scissor
and go
Carrying,
crazy.
basically, yeah.
But if he,
I think
Yeah.
it'll be, bro. Here's my prediction. I think it's gonna be like a whole culture, like kind of tying in with the whole party's over type of thing, protecting, preserving hip hop. Like I think that's kind of gonna be
That's
the album.
boring.
yeah, I think he's gonna miss. There's gonna be a swing and a miss if he
They're
does
like
that.
fake
Say the
righteous.
typical Drake
That,
response, oh, that's
that fake
boring.
righteous shit.
I
so-
think a
You're not
lot of
looking
people
at
are
deep
over
fans.
that, especially after you performing for your Super Bowl. You're doing all the you put your stuff into the Grammys. Like you're doing very industry things, even though you're crucified so much. Then GNX, you got a bunch of game bangers on your shit. Like, come on, bro. Like we don't want to hear too much of your high horse anymore. And that I know that's especially me, but I think I've been hearing a lot of that just from like regular day people too.
Michael's dropping nothing but bangers in the chat.
2 birds,
44, 22. Now I was
Thank you.
Kendrick got to resurrect his version of the party.
I think Kendrick just has to get
Yeah.
away from trying to be the moralistic guy, bro. Just make good fucking
Just make good
music.
music, yeah, bro. Just make good music.
Like, that's the problem with Disney. That's the problem with a lot of the entertainment now. They always trying to deliver a message inside of entertainment. Sometimes it's like, okay, if you can write it thoroughly enough to intertwine it, it's cool, but don't preach to us. We don't want to go to the movie to be preached to. We say it all the time. If we want to go read a book or go to the library and do history research or .org research, we'll go do that. We don't need it in our rap music all the time. Like, I'm a well-researched and educated person. I'm not dying to hear that in my music. So it's at a certain point, like I get it. That's a conceptual album sometimes, but when that's all you're doing, bro, it's like swing and a miss, bro. Swing and a miss, bro.
No, I think he's gonna come with some bangers, man. I really do.
I just want to know what the content is going to be. Like, what kind of content is it? Like, what is it?
It's unpredictable with him, man. It's very
Because he
unpredictable.
did the Good Kid, Mad City type vibe. He did the damn Twin Butterfly, like the industry using me, the black man, the struggle. Like, okay, he did that. Mr. Morale's more like self. I'm working on myself. I worked
Therapy.
on me. I'm coming out. I'm better. I'm this. I'm that. GNX was wrapping up the whole battle. It's like Pop Out album, pretty much. It's like the Pop Out was a movie. GNX was like the soundtrack for that. So that's there. So it's like, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
I said I just got fear, bro. I think he's 3 for 6, 2 for 5. If you want to not count Section and 80 as far as like high quality projects versus okay projects. So it's like, is he going to tap into Damn and Good Kid energy one last time? I don't know, bro. I'm not high up.
Do you know why? You know why you don't know what he's gonna do? Because he lives in the circadian rhythm of a shooting star, bro. That's why.
Don't we all?
He's
Don't
gonna
we
make a
all?
pop album next. can't do that.
That would be
That's
funny.
I keep
That
hearing
would
a lot of
actually
people
be
say that.
funny.
I keep hearing a lot of people say he's gonna do something with Taylor. Not like a full album, obviously, but like
Yeah, I heard something about
Taylor
that.
Swift
too.
is gonna be on like because he's been doing He's been doing like his album has Taylor Swift's producer, Jack
Antonoff
Antonoff
or
on
whatever.
some of the records. So
I could see that.
What is this? A circle of jerk of
I think
Drizzy?
I've been pretty
Circle
objective,
jerk
pretty
of-
fair, honestly.
Wordu, you don't have. If you say anything positive about Drake, you're Drake. It's like it doesn't. If you're shitting on Drake, you're good. But if you say anything positive,
Like I've said, I like GNX.
That's
Like,
new social media. You don't even waste your time trying to prove it. I do like Kendrick. He's my number 3. Like, don't even. It's okay.
See, and I'm judging. I judge Kendrick off he's the savior.
He's number 2 behind Drake, right?
I judge Kendrick off he's supposed to be this number 1 guy. He's supposed to be someone that's doing untouchable shit. So when I get stuff like Mr. Morale, it's cool, but I'm not impressed. Good Kid was impressive. Damn was impressive. I'm just, when I say you never know what he's gonna get, it's like to a degree I kind of do because he's only really delivered high quality. Like I'm the untouchable nigga twice out of like a couple out of another 6.
So you say you 2 for 6?
And when you talk about saying this guy is the untouchable best guy, like from early on, he's deemed the Jesus of hip hop. He's the next Tupac. When I hear the music, when I listen to the music, I want to go hear that. And I've heard it on 2 albums. The other ones are like, yeah, it's cool.
Rod had a good question here. My thing is the epoxy. Why don't you require Drake to elevate his music like y'all require of Kendrick?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good question for Difran because
that ain't a good question for me. When they was doing the Apple Music Top 100 hip hop or Top 100 albums all the time, I've been saying Drake need to make his best shit. He needs to stop bullshitting. So I mean, we've been talked about what we expect.
That's even coming off what y'all saying. Like y'all saying his number 1s are songs you don't even like.
Okay, thank you. Exactly. Drake's best, quote unquote, best shit I don't even like.
Yeah, I can say the same for Kendrick. Though. I don't like his number 1s either.
5 a.m. Toronto was a banger. Push-Ups was the hardest. For me personally, I listened to Push-Ups the most of any other track from the Beef.
Underrated.
I still listen to Push-Ups.
I think besides For All the Dogs, like Certified Lover Boy and Her Loss was high quality shit.
Yeah, Certified Lover Boy was good. Her Loss was good.
I'm still playing Her Loss to this day. I don't know. It's just the production. I know it was more so Drake than 21, but just everything about Her Loss. I see that being a very influential album for the rest of the decade. Her Loss.
Drake got hits, but hasn't made a solid album in years. I think his last really, really solid album was probably Views or the first part of Scorpion.
Really solid. Maybe like classic level, but Scorpion go crazy.
Yeah, Views for me is pretty hard too.
It's crazy.
But like a classic, Nothing Was the Same, I think, was his last classic.
Nah, Views,
I think. Like,
Views already.
I think both of those are classics. I think he dropped 4 classics back to back.
So how many classics do you think Drake has in total?
5, if you ask So Far Gone.
What about you?
Gone, Thank Me Later.
So I said 5.
Nothing Was the Same. If You're Reading This Is Too Late.
What a Time to Be Alive.
What a Time to Be Alive.
Her Loss.
We're just talking albums, just albums, not
More Life.
At least 5.
Okay. All right.
At least 5.
Care Package, that's definitely a classic. If you're a Drake fan, Care Package is a classic.
Oh, man. That's a cultural classic.
That's a classic. That's
nostalgic classic.
That's probably the most out of all the albums he dropped. That's probably the one I listen to the most right now.
Yeah.
But now Drake probably got what? Views, Take Care. Like if I want to be like even if
So Far Gone to Views.
So those 5. So no 6 with If You're Reading This Too Late.
Like certified classic.
Certified classic.
Yeah. I think he has 6.
6 total.
Yeah.
And then you got shit like Her Loss, Certified Lover Boy, shit like that. That's still like high quality
That's
shit.
very good.
I think don't get it twisted. I'm expecting a 4 from Drake eventually. Like, but I'm cool with him giving us Her Loss. Like, I mean, For All the Dogs. Niggas supposed to retire like for a little bit. Like, so when he gives us a For All the Dogs, it's cool. Versus Kendrick took 5 years off after Damn. Like, bro, it's a different level of expectation, bro. I'm sorry, bro. And then I was underwhelmed. Mr. Morale was like, oh, that's a personal project. After you took 5 years off, all right, fuck you. It's cool, whatever. And then 2.5 years later, we get a beef, and then you get GNX.
Yo, Bryce, is your cat's name Club Paradise?
No, it's not. But I like it.
No, I asked it. So they said, does Drake? What did he say? Does Drake have an album like? What Drake album was good? Like Get Rich or Die Trying. I mean, you say Take Care.
Nothing was
You can
the
say
same.
Nothing Was the Same. You said Thank Me Later. I remember I asked Wordu. I was like, because me and Bryce was like, when did? Because a lot of people say Kendrick is number 2 all time, like Jay-Z then Kendrick. I'm like, when did he like jump over Eminem? When did he jump over Wayne? When did he jump over like
Good Kid
artists? Like,
I'd probably say Damn.
After Good Kid.
After Damn, I think people were starting to
like over
Gas started
Wayne,
pretty early.
I'm not even like big on Eminem, but Eminem got like hella shit. It's like, when did he just like, oh no, he's definitely better than him.
Especially when you talk about the run, like is his run like the peak run? Like Luda had a big peak, T.I. had a huge peak. Did Kendrick really like dominate to a level like we could say it's just for sure better than T.I.? Like I don't know. 50 Cent, Nelly, I don't know. Like them niggas was ridiculous, bro.
What's Kendrick's highest first week?
600 something.
And CLB did what?
That's Damn. That's Damn.
CLB
I think,
did
yeah.
what first week?
600 something, 636.
And that's CLB, right?
Yeah.
I think Kendrick is just crazy polarizing, and he just doesn't come out with an album every year, or he waits and puts together like a solid, concise project, I guess, right?
I think he just knows the like. Oh my bad.
I'll tell you one thing: he seems to connect with people more than most artists can. Like the way that he connects with people, man. The way I see some of these fans, like he really, really connects with people.
He connects in a way.
Sorry,
I'm just trying, man. I'm negative Nancy. I'm negative Nancy. I'm snapping on shit. He connects with social media because social media is a bunch of liberal, soft ass victims.
He is red pill.
Hey man, red pill Trump about to be inaugurated, man. Go ahead.
No,
it's over, Bryce. It's over for that shit.
Am I red pill? I'm definitely red pill. I'm definitely red pill. I was red pill before. I was red pill before any of this red pill shit came out.
Okay, so this is a better question because some people like Kendrick number 2. When is okay? So people put y'all's top 5 like all time artists. I just want to get a gauge of what people, because there are people that say Kendrick's 2 behind Jay-Z and he's over Wayne, over Nas, over Biggie, over Tupac, over all these people. I'm just like, when did he just leap over all these people?
My top 5 is not changing for a while. It's Drake, Kanye, Jay, Wayne, and Eminem.
I don't even know if Kendrick had a better run than Rick Ross.
Oh, come on, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
I like Rick Ross is actually dope, though.
Rick Ross had a good 10 solid years. From what, 2003 to like 2012?
2003.
When would Hustler
feel like
came
he
out?
really
Hustling,
like
Push It to the Limit?
Like 2006.
Okay, I thought I was a little younger than that.
I don't think he puts out bad music ever. Rick Ross always puts out good music.
Bunch of features.
I mean, Kendrick doesn't either.
Man.
God forgives, I don't. Come on.
That's where I kind of agree, because like I feel like people do kind of put a higher standard on Kendrick because it's Kendrick.
Like, when did he pass up Future?
Now that's more of an argument for sure. But Rick Ross.
Personal top 5: Mace, 50, Jay-Z, Wayne, Jeezy, Drake, Nas, Ghostface, Doom, 3 Stacks, Diddy, Fabulous, Meek Mill, Smiley, 6ix9ine.
This man said,
see, that's the thing. He said he leaped over all the that last year. That's made him leap over. No, come on.
Wait,
they not like us. They not like us.
That shit don't make you go over everybody, bro.
And that's the thing. People have been putting him above them. They start putting him above them. In reality, after To Pimp a Butterfly, people start trying to put him as the next holier than now artist. He's the rap savior.
Future is a club artist. Be for real. You ain't heard going for that nigga, get it over with. That's like a I ain't never had an experience like that, but like Future got love songs, Future got turn up songs. He got what we talking about?
He wrote that one track you're talking about there is about Sierra, right? Going with the football player.
Future's a trap rapper, but like rap is like a spectrum of things. Like I said, I think that's where that elitism, like he's over because he doesn't do what Kendrick does. Like Wayne don't necessarily do what Kendrick do, but Wayne is definitely over Kendrick.
That's the thing. Why don't they have Tyler the Creator over a lot of these other artists that we're saying then? That's the case.
I don't think Tyler's had that crazy run. he has respectable albums, but when you talk about people like T.I., like, bro, them, like, everything they touched was smoking for like 5 years straight, 6 years straight. Like,
Yeah, like,
certain creators
like
now.
we're talking about, now if we're comparing careers, like forget like who you think is more talented, just like careers, peaks, highs, like Tyler over Ludacris, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, no, it's not even close.
I think I'm gonna have to shut her down, boy.
He's like, I gotta go now. I'm
No
out.
problem, bro. All right, man.
I think I'm gonna
Appreciate
bounce.
y'all coming
All right, man,
through. I'm gonna
appreciate
try to
you.
do a lot of these more often. I am the Black Piers Morgan. Shout out to Difran. Like to do more of these panels, get a lot of different opinions, perspectives, you know, kind of debate it.
Yeah, there's a whole. We should do this again, though, man. There's a whole lot of different perspectives for
Definitely,
sure.
man, definitely, man. But I appreciate y'all coming on.
I'm down to do it again. I'm down to do it again at the end of the month. If
Yeah,
you'd
I'm
like.
down. I'm down.
Grass, right?
As crazy as this world is, man, it's gonna be something to talk about.
Most definitely.
Dude, every week there's something new, man.
But yeah,
Definitely.
I gotta start putting out content faster.
yeah.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy to keep up with. I'm editing my little baby shit, and I'm like, bro, do I even want to still put this out? Like, it feel like I'm not even talking about it no more.
Yeah.
I know. I'm doing a big video on Joey Badass versus Kendrick and like just going through their whole history.
Okay.
But I feel like people don't give a fuck about that anymore.
Nah, drop that shit, man.
You can still do it. Yeah, you can still, I don't think anyone else is really doing it. So.
I'm still doing it, man. I put all the
history gonna always, like, especially when, like, the real people gonna always want to see stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit interesting.
Well, it'll be I don't think the video will be big now, but I think if they do end up, if something does happen between them, that's when it would be, right?
Most definitely.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you to all the donations. Shout out to all the positive, negative comments. We appreciate it. We'll try to do this again probably later in the month. Probably closer to Grammy weekends and Super Bowl.
I forgot about Grammy, Super Bowl. I might have to do it after Grammy, Super Bowl time.
Yeah, most likely.
Let's do it.
But make sure y'all go subscribe to their pod, the Absolutely Unsure podcast. My boy D-Fran and B-Neil, they do
D-Fran Show, shout out.
D-Fran Show, and obviously What's the Dirt. Make sure y'all go subscribe. And me personally, the Mic Drop Podcast. Make sure you go subscribe, follow me on IG, all that good shit. But hey, man, we are out. Appreciate you.